What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Rosters right here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. My name is Sean, and today we are in week number 14 of NFL 2K3, the 2002-2003 NFL season. The rosters have been fantasy drafted, aka randomized, and we are watching a triple header of football action every week until the champion is crowned. We have had an interesting season so far. It feels like, not even feels like, the good has really separated itself from the bad. That is really bad. But unfortunately, we keep getting good teams or great teams playing bad teams or terrible teams. And it's been super frustrating. But we actually have some really interesting matchups today. We are entirely on the AFC side of things. That wasn't intentional. It's just kind of how it worked out. So sorry about that if you're an NFC fan. The AFC tends to be the one, especially the AFC North, though we're looking at the AFC South today, that usually has a little bit more up for grabs. I don't know why that is. The NFC West is very interesting, but they are they're playing out of conference a lot today, and they're not playing the best teams. And we also saw a couple of them last week. Anyway, we saw 3 of the NFC West teams last week, so we'll get away from them. The 3 games that we have this week are the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans, and the Broncos, the Denver Broncos, taking on the New York Jets. Let's get you caught up real quick on why these games are important or interesting. If you take a look here at the AFC, our leadoff game could be for the #1 seed and home field advantage in the AFC. The Jaguars are 10-2. The Browns are 9-3. Whoever wins this game, if they finish with a similar record, would theoretically have the head-to-head tiebreaker, and that would give them the #1 seed overall. It's a big game for the Bengals as well, I forget who they play. The Bengals could use a Browns loss because right now the AFC South is clogging up a lot of those spots. So Bengals could really use a win today. You have, right now, if the playoffs were to start, you have the Browns, the Jaguars, Browns, Broncos, Jets, and then the Colts and the Titans would be the 6. So you're going to either have to win the AFC West or you're not making it in. The AFC East is likely going to be a similar scenario, but I imagine these South teams will beat each other up a little bit and leave a little bit of wiggle room, but who knows? So there you go. You have 2 #1s or 2 first-place division leaders taking each other on in our first game. Our second game is going to be Colts-Titans. If the Colts win, that could really help the Bengals. That would hold the Titans at that 8-5 record with a loss. If the Titans win, it would tie both of them at 9-3. That would really put them both on a good track to get into the playoffs. A loss by the Patriots would be huge for them. A loss by the Bengals would be pretty big as well. So pretty important game for Cincinnati, though we're not going to watch them. Last but not least, we have the Colts taking on... No, I'm sorry, the Broncos taking on the Jets. I read that wrong and I confused myself. Sorry about that. We have the AFC East and West division leaders, the South and the North division leaders. They're all playing each other, tops and bottoms. The Jets, through some nice wins and a couple key losses by the Patriots, now control the AFC East. The Broncos are in a garbage AFC West. Could be a team with a losing record making its way in, which would leave a team with a winning record like the Bengals or the Patriots out of the playoffs. So that's good. We'll see if the Jets can take further steps to securing the AFC East crown, or if the Broncos can maybe get a game lead in the AFC West. I think they're in the lead. It's either them or Kansas City. It is just listed alphabetically, so I don't know 100%, but whatever. We'll go with it. It's fine. Tell you what, if the Broncos win... Did I stop yawning? Sorry. If the Broncos win and the Chiefs lose, guess who leads the AFC West? The Broncos. So let's get to it. Game 1, Browns, Jaguars, starting right now. And we're going to go like that. Don't worry, I was on top of it. I wasn't going to give you this small screen. Cleveland Browns, the #1 ranked team with a top 3 defensive units, a top 10 pass rushing offense, but the 23rd passing offense. Passing defense is 26th for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so it's a lot of strengths versus the strengths, and then the lone weaknesses for each team are going against each other. Very weird. But 9-3 Cleveland taking on 10-2 Jacksonville here in Jacksonville. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. I forgot to mention, but this series, I should say, posts every Tuesday right here on the channel. So if you'd like more content, be sure to subscribe. Ring the bell if you'd like to be notified, but if you want to just have me in your subscription feed, that's cool too. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis comes in as one of the better pass rushers on this team.
One of the better pass rushers on the team.
Impressive stats. Defensively this season.
Keep an eye on twitch.tv/Seannosaurus. Might be a stream later this week. We'll be taking a look at. We would theoretically be taking a look at part 5 of March Mascot Madness, and then first a look at MLB The Show 24, because it's that time of year. It's about to be baseball season, baby.
And we're about to get underway.
Why is that Jacksonville logo looks like it's just in the shade?
Got a lot behind this one.
The Jaguars kick it way deep, and he'll take a knee near the back line, and they'll bring it out to the 20 for a 1st and 10. If you like sports content, March Mascot Madness is going on right now. I enjoy doing those tournaments a lot. People have been, people fill out brackets and stuff, so it's a really good time. 4 parts of it are up right now. The parts 5 and 6 Sunday and Monday, and then the following Sunday and Monday will be parts 7 and 8, and then we'll be back at it next year. Here's the passing offense for the Cleveland Browns, ripping off a huge play. It's a nearly 60-yard gain. That'll be a 58-yard pickup there for Wills. I'm not sure who it was, but it is a darn fine pass and play right there. And it's 1st and 10 after the huge gain. That was the long of the season, was that 58-yard reception from their own 20 to the 22 of the Jacksonville Jaguars in one big pass. Couch steps over the middle, almost threw an interception. The defender got a hand on it and probably should have come away with the interception, but the Cleveland Browns live to play another down.
And he and his line are ready to go.
Next up are the receivers.
Eric Moulds,
Terrence Matthews, Wesley Walls. Are you listening?
51 yards on 4 catches a game.
And lastly, the man who calls the plays.
Tim Couch, Eddie George.
Eddie George gives this trio its punch.
Terrell Smith.
He's averaged 82 yards and around a touchdown a game.
Okay, back to the action.
If the streams come back, you would be able to watch this live on twitch.tv/Seannosaurus. It'll currently air on Saturdays Sundays, while I finish up the Mascot Madness. But once we get into April, it would shift to a Saturday recording. Couch throws over the middle, in and out of the hands of the receiver. He went up in the air to grab it, and a solid shove in the back caused the jostling.
The defensive line.
Courtney Brown and his men
3rd down, just like that. Bend but don't break, Jacksonville Jaguars unit. They are the 26th ranked pass defense, and it showed there.
Ryan McNeil disrupts pass attempts all day.
Well, it showed on the first play of the game. It actually was pretty good pass defense right there. Cleveland might be a go big or go home offensive unit here. 2,003 yards. Even 9 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. 3rd and 10 from the 22. Couch drops back, fires into a bit of a receiver duo out there, but the defender overran the route. It's a nice completion. It's going to set up 1st and goal Watch number 47.
Nice completion here. Take a look.
Just kind of
right
run past him. Thankfully for him, number 37 was on the back end. Got a nice tackle there.
It's first and goal.
George is going with a run off to the left side. Goes with a stiff arm, and he'll get down to the 2-yard line. Nice run by Eddie George. Second down and goal.
Get some decent yards on that first down play.
Second and goal. They line up in the eye. That is in motion.
Going with a run right up the middle. Nice tackle right at the line to gain, or line of scrimmage, excuse me. And it'll be third down and goal. So Jacksonville's done a good job kind of battening down the hatches a little bit. They gave up the big 58-yard play, but they haven't given up a whole lot in the last 5 plays.
Third and goal.
Giving up about 20 yards. Problem is they gave up a big chunk on third down. Did they give up the touchdown on third and goal? Couch under center. Drops back. Fires. It's tipped and incomplete. Second time we've seen a Jacksonville defender get a hand on the ball. Molds the intended receiver in Cleveland. Even with the big play, will have to settle for a 3-point try.
Carney lines up for the first quarter lead.
Defense. Kick is up. Kick is good.
Contribute to the scoreboard on that
And
John Carney adds 3 points with
Carney
a short, confident
gets
kick.
the first points on the board
Doesn't
for
waver.
Cleveland. It'll be 3-0. It's a 78-yard drive.
You don't want to mess up an easy
And that's
one like
kind
that.
of a disappointing result, but also kind of a good result. It was weird. They did most of their damage on 2 plays.
3-0.
The 58-yard gain and like a 14 or 15-yard gain. And then they had probably 6 on a run. So,
It's off.
I don't know. Like, 3 points
Westbrook.
doesn't seem like a great result, but when put into the context of they didn't do a whole lot outside of those 3 plays, maybe good?
They let them have 3 points, and now they have to see what they can do on offense.
Ball on the 24.
Let's go, guys. Get the fans something.
Trying to figure out what that was. I was like, what is happening
They go
over
with the
there?
I formation.
He's lifting the wrong hand and everything.
Favre drops back. Throws.
Favre drops back. He finds a completion. That'll be out to the 30-yard line, something like that.
Brett Favre threw a nice one this time. Watch this. Right by the defender.
Did not realize Favre played for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Against a pass like that.
Oh, it's really hard.
We haven't really been watching much Jacksonville Jaguar football. Seen a lot of the AFC West lately.
Ball at the 35-yard line.
Derek Mason, 39 receptions, 5 touchdowns on the season,
They line up
450
with 3
yards receiving. Work with a shift.
Dillon with
No
the
run
carry.
behind that movement there. Got out to the 35-yard line, by the way. Unfortunately, an injury here for the guard. NFL free agency started today. Packers making some interesting moves. They release Bakhtiari. They sign
It's now
who was it?
second
Josh
and 6.
Jacobs, the running back, and they release Aaron Jones.
Mason
Kind of
in
weird.
motion.
Don't know that I love it. I certainly don't love the I'm sorry. I don't love the Dave Bakhtiari. I know he's had some injury trouble, but I don't love the David Bakhtiari release there. You have a young quarterback. Probably want one of the best offensive line when healthy. One of the best offensive linemen when healthy to help protect him. Oh man, Brett Favre's on the offensive line today. Is the offensive lineman the quarterback? Oh, it glitches every once in a while. That's funny.
On 3 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general.
Nope, he's the quarterback.
In command.
He's the quarterback and the offensive guard.
Through the air this
really
season,
funny.
he's averaged 223 yards and just under 2 touchdowns a game.
Okay,
Yeah, the Bakhtiari thing was a little surprising, but I do know some injury trouble over the last couple of seasons has kept him out of a lot of games. As for the Josh Jacobs signing, I don't know. I liked the backfield for Green Bay. I didn't really feel like that was the problem. But I guess if you view Josh Jacobs as an upgrade over Aaron Jones, honestly, I thought, as we see this pass deflected and incomplete, they're going to give it back to Cleveland quickly. Tony Gonzalez, the intended receiver. When they signed Josh Jacobs, I thought for sure they would release A.J. Dillon and go with an Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs kind of ride the hot hand backfield, but Green Bay also signed a defensive back from the Giants. Previously played for the Giants.
Wesley Walls was the contributor for his team last drive. Let's see what he does this time out.
So we'll see. They played the 49ers tough. Lost, unfortunately. Absolutely demolished the Dallas Cowboys. I hope that there is a bright future for Green Bay, but I do think that they would kind of be my pick. Them or the Texans, I think, would be my pick for, like, most likely to regress. I guess if you picked one AFC team and one NFC team, those would be my 2 picks. I think that there is a genuine, like, I think there's a level where you don't know like, you can use your dumbness to your advantage, I guess. Your inexperience can be an advantage because, like, I don't know. I had it earlier, but Eddie George finds a little bit of room here on the left side.
Well, that little poke got him some good yards.
It's going to be a first down and 10 here for Cleveland. This is a big game for Cleveland. They would kind of unintentionally help their rivals in the AFC North. But if they can take this game and they can win the rest and they can win out, I think they can seed themselves as #1 in the playoffs. They got off to a much better start on their first drive, but they'll face a 2nd and 15 after the quarter change. 3-0.
It's the end of the first quarter. The Browns currently enjoying a slight advantage, but it's anybody's game.
3-0 here after 3 first downs for the Browns, 85 total yards, 2 possessions, and a lot of time off the clock. Still adjusting the daylight savings time over here, so it's been a little rough. Just as far as, like, I do not enjoy daylight savings time. I don't like it at all.
They line up with a split backfield.
2nd down and 15. Couch is going to drop back, fires into double coverage there. Poor decision. The throw is overthrown, but mainly because of the hitbox collision there. 3rd down and 15. Did I not turn my PlayStation off? I guess I did.
3rd and 15. They have 4 receivers in.
3rd and 15. Couch drops back. He finds a receiver in the 3rd down defense for this low-ranked passing defensive unit for the Jaguars. It's letting them down big time. That's a 3rd down and 15. That has to turn into a punt. They left Eric Moulds alone in the secondary.
It's almost instinctive at this point.
And they keep giving up big plays through the air. Obviously the huge play to start the game, but that's the second 10-plus yard pass they've given up on a 3rd down. A third down and long.
Tight end right.
1st and 10. Cleveland now in Jacksonville territory at the 49. George uses that, I'm sure, very highly rated vision. Looked like he was going to go left, but bounced it back right nicely. And he picks up a first down, just barely, but hey, 10 yards is 10 yards.
He's picking up. No one is going to stop him.
And no one did stop him. Several people tried, that's for sure. Fantastic job finding the open lanes. Ball on the 39.
First and 10 inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. They go with a pitch to the outside. That's a nice defensive stop there by Jacksonville. They'll call it no gain, but might have lost about half a yard. Oh, I gotta remember to charge my earbuds tonight.
2nd and 10.
Got some scores down there. The Buccaneers leading the Falcons. If the Falcons win that game, they should wrap up the NFC South.
Mo Williams turns on the juice and
Bengals, I think, having a good day.
Watch how he aggressively goes after this. Oh, man. He shows great reflexes there, leaning out to grab that pass.
Well, some receivers would be forced to dive for a ball like that, but he manages to get under the ball. Fantastic play.
Fantastic play.
The Browns have a first down. It's their 4th of this drive, and they keep pounding away.
I'm trying to find a free agent tracker, but 1st and 10 inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Going to go to the ground game again. Just keep feeding Eddie George. Sounds like a good plan to me. 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard pickup.
Ball at the 25-yard line.
Nice long drive here by these Cleveland Browns. Halfway through quarter number 2, and they had the ball at the quarter change. That was when they converted that 3rd down and 15. Another 5-yard pickup for Eddie George, and that's going to make it 3rd and very manageable as we hit the 2-minute warning. News.
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
Oh, the big one is Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. I'm so happy. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I'm not a big Kirk Cousins guy. He had the viral moment of the "you like that, you like that." But I think he's an incredibly mediocre quarterback that keeps getting paid a lot of money because he's an incredibly mediocre quarterback. George with some nifty moves and some slipping and sliding has a huge run on a 3rd down and 2, and yet again this Jacksonville defense cannot get off the field on 3rd down. Just a terrific job. So slippery, so elusive.
Yes, he is, Peter. He did what he had to get the extra yardage.
Oh, and the Las Vegas Raiders added Gardner Minshew, which is more of like just kind of a local piece of news.
1st and goal.
First down and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Tight formation, offset I. Jacksonville does a good job to stretch it out, but they cannot bring Eddie George down, and this long drive comes to a close with a touchdown.
Eddie George shuttles into the end zone for the touchdown. And there's the score.
Yep, there it is. Just a nice little jaunt into the end zone.
Absolutely. I think that 6 points was an inevitability rather than a possibility.
Carney.
I agree. I think that was that felt like a pretty inevitable 6 points. Cleveland lines up for the extra point attempt with 1:23 to go here in quarter number 2. Jacksonville's barely had any time on the field. Cleveland has done an excellent job converting 3rd downs and taking so much time off this clock.
10-0.
I was going to say had to have been around a 5-minute drive. 4:46 is pretty close. 12 plays, 79 yards. They went 78 on their first drive.
Good kick.
As that kick is away. Ooh, about 5 yards short of the goal line. A little surprising that that kick wasn't way deep in the end zone because they flipped the sides of the field, which was the same kickoff that the Jaguars did to the Browns where it was 9 yards deep.
Clock shows a minute and
That's 1st and 10 from the Jacksonville 24-yard line.
Dillon will run it.
Dillon trying to find some room on the far left side. They don't really do a whole lot there. Somewhat okay vision, I guess, to try to break it back inside and pick up something, but instead he just gets a yard. Stays in bounds, no timeouts used here. Jacksonville does get the ball first after the half, so you would like to see them have some level of aggressiveness here. Try and get a field goal. Do a double dip. You can tie this game with a field goal and a touchdown. And you can do that if you... Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be picked. It was further toward that far side, or closer to the far sideline than I realized it was. Terrible throw.
It's 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9. 5 receiver set for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Favre throws it. It's caught. No timeout. No timeout from Cleveland. Cleveland, your team that you're running, you're doing so well, you don't want to take a timeout. There's no reason for Jacksonville to even run a play here.
Landetta will punt it away after a 3 and out. Nice punt.
Oh, fair call. They muffed it. Oh, my goodness. What an incredible turn for Jacksonville right there. There was no reason for them to punt that ball, and they did, and it got rewarded. That was a fair catch. All he had to do was catch it. That's it.
The clock is down to 8.
Jacksonville, for some inexplicable reason, is going to actually run a play here. 8 seconds. They're going to go with a run. They'll try to find some room up the middle. And they'll call a timeout with 3 seconds left. I guess, I guess it makes a little bit of sense. You have a timeout in your back pocket. I believe you had 2 of them there. You run a play. You wind the clock down to 3. It's fine. It's fine. I wasn't thinking about it in 4D chess.
Lines up for the field goal. It's up. He's accurate from that range, and he proves it there.
Is that a game-changing field goal right there? Wow. Cleveland with a huge turnover. If Jacksonville can double dip, they have a total of 25 yards. But they can double dip with a good drive here. Cleveland with 156. About half, or actually 58 of that 105 yards. So a little more than half of it did come on the one play. But still, that's such a huge muffed punt. I can't believe it.
The Jaguars cut it close. It's still anybody's game. The score, 10-3.
John Carney has 2 kicks, no touchbacks.
Kick is up.
Take it from 5 yards deep. He gets up to the 10 to the 15 and met at the 19 3/4 yard line. So probably would have been beneficial to him to just take the knee. No big deal.
You know that this time out they want to punch it into the end zone.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
Maybe this is the nice part of the field. I think I'm going to keep.
They line up with their tight end left. Mason goes in motion.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Jacksonville with an opportunity to score some points here. See if they made any halftime adjustments that might help. Running the ball with Corey Dillon's a good start. 5.5-yard gain. They'll call it 6 as it is 2nd and 4.
Second down, 4 yards to go.
Ball on the 26.
Watch for the Watch for the run. Shotgun, turn right, turn right.
Second and 4 from the shotgun. Just a handoff. He'll go left side and finds all kinds of room. Up past midfield. He's going to get tackled from behind almost, but stays on his feet. Shoved out of bounds. It's a great run from Corey Dillon. Even though I want to say his name is, God, what is it? Oh, I can picture him. I can picture the 28, but I can't picture the nameplate. Fred Taylor. That's who it is. Fred Taylor also wore 28.
The Jaguars have a first after the big run on that last play. Dillon is behind the quarterback, and we'll see if he has another big play here.
Dillon in the I formation. Good start to the half. It was a really big run. Almost got tackled from behind, but a good job to stay on his feet. Just couldn't pull away. That's a quick fire from Favre. A dangerous pass, but Mason makes a nice adjustment and picks up 9. Second and 1.
There, Dan. Corey Dillon has had his share of rushing masterpieces. In the 2000 season, he ran for 278 yards in a single game. That's an all-time record. In each of his first 5 seasons, he ran for over 1,100 yards.
Second and less than a yard. Dillon with
the run to Dillon again. Leapfrogs a man, but gets tackled. Not a huge gain, but enough for a fresh set of downs.
Ball at the 23-yard line. They have 2 receivers in. Favre fades back.
Favre drops back, fires, it's caught, and it'll be a gain of 9. A little surprised at how low this passing offense is rated with Favre, and like Derek Mason's good, Gonzalez is good. Sometimes the rankings don't always make sense, but it's what the game gives it. So second down and 1, halfway through quarter number 3. 3 receptions, 30 yards, 10-yard average. No touchdowns for Mason yet. 10-3 Cleveland. Jacksonville driving on this opening drive of the second half. Drew tried to bounce it outside, but a nice look inside. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, but it's likely going to be a hold or clipping. It's coming back. Oh, that's a big hold right there. Wipes away a touchdown. Second down and 11 following the 10-yard penalty.
Tony Gonzalez makes a costly mistake here, Dan. He's flagged for the penalty, and that will wipe out the touchdown. There it is, and you just don't need to do that, especially now.
Peter, as you mentioned, this was a costly mistake. It's second and 11.
Favre to the line, offset eye behind him. In motion from left to right. Or far sideline to near sideline. They're going to go right back to the running game. Dillon with a nice run there to pick up 5 and set up third and medium. This drive was looking really good until Gonzalez picked up that holding penalty. Now all of a sudden it looks a little... Are they going to be able to come up with points? Or
it's now third.
I mean, or will they be able to come up with more than just a touchdown? Offensive line, or the offense is spread with 5 wide. It's in and out of the hands of the receiver, Joey Galloway, with a drop there. It'll be fourth down and 6, so they will pretty nicely drive down the field. It's a good long drive, but they'll only come away with a try for 3. First kick was good from 42. And what does he have from a whole lot closer? Kick is up. Kick is good, and we have a 4-point game here. Jacksonville back-to-back field goals. Hasselbeck really the backup to Brett Favre? Like it actually was around this time?
Yeah, nice kick, and the special team squad is happy about that. They'd love to see it go smooth.
Interesting.
Just as that
They said we'd
was
like those two quarterbacks from Green Bay.
Jaguars cut it close. It's still anybody's game.
We'll pick them now. You
Score,
charge us
10-6.
later.
Nedney is back to kick it away.
I guess the field goal isn't the worst
Strong
option right
kick.
there.
Williams will field it.
It does suck because the holding penalty wiped away a touchdown.
First down, Browns.
Dan, last time out, these guys went straight down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can repeat that performance.
Ball at the 28-yard line. George with the carry.
George with a carry off that left side, and he finds 8. So Eddie George picking up right where he left off in the first half. Monster gain after monster gain. Didn't actually really have the rushing totals that I thought they would, though the yardage is skewed a little bit because of the big 58-yard pass on the opening play. So
Ball on the 36. They're going with Dion.
2nd and 2.
George with the
George going with a carry. He'll find some room left side. Looked like he was going to be bet a little short of the sticks, but it didn't matter because he was able to bounce off of it. So strong and elusive in this game, and he'll keep this drive alive. Though it still would have taken one more stop to get him done.
It bought him the space he needed to make that play, Peter. He showed fantastic determination to get those extra yards.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. It's 10-6 Cleveland.
The end of the third quarter. The Browns currently enjoying a small advantage, 10-6.
There's not a whole lot of yardage to speak of, but it was by far Jacksonville's best drive, and they at least tried to even out that time of possession. They took a long time to get that 3 points. It's not ideal, but it's at least something.
Ball at the 44-yard
Keep
line.
Cleveland on the sideline a little bit longer.
They line up in
Though their opening drive is out to the 46-yard line already. They're going to hand it to George.
Brooks.
Met at the line and tackled. He falls forward for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
Right guard and picked up a handful. Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
Eddie George, 69 yards. Nice. Very nice. 2nd down and 8. Right back to George. Met in the backfield. They'll call it no gain.
By the third-year man out of Michigan.
Defense makes a key 2nd down stop there, bottling up the middle. Now comes down to 3rd.
Oh, Joe Mixon released by
3rd and 8.
Cincinnati. They signed Zach Moss to a 2-year deal. Cincinnati's going to, I think, be a very interesting... Russell Wilson's the big piece of the puzzle. Caught, but the animation makes it...
They dump it off over the middle.
The animation makes it that so that Mold takes a long time to catch that ball. A little bit behind him by Couch, but probably shouldn't have... That animation was so brutally slow. That animation was brutally slow. Cousins goes to Atlanta on a 4-year deal. Russell Wilson gets a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh. I said it yesterday in the March Mascot Madness. If there's anybody who can get the most out of a player who might not have a ton to offer, it's Mike Tomlin. I know people like, offensive guru, offensive genius, Sean McVay. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Sean Payton, sorry. I got my Sean's confused. I know people, God, what's his name? I just can see Sean Payton. People have a lot of good things to say about the Bounty Gate leader or the head coach while Bounty Gate was happening. It was somebody else, but still. It was on his watch. Dylan. trying to run it up the middle. Gains 3.
His first stop of the game.
Got a few yards there off the first down carry. Can't underestimate the value of
Offensive
getting
guru, all
7
that
yards
stuff.
on first
Didn't
down.
really get a whole lot out of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, I'm sure, is much more of a shell of his former self, but boy, you put him in the hands of Mike Tomlin with the way that he can orchestrate a defense, with the way that he can work with a run game. Najee Harris. AFC North is going to be very interesting. Every team finished with a above 500 record, including Cincinnati, who lost Joe Burrow for the season. Hopefully they keep Jake Browning around. It could be a guy who picked the right time to get kind of hot. Go get paid. Hell, even if you're a Matt Flynn, which isn't like an insult to Matt Flynn, Seattle paid Matt Flynn a ton of money, then drafted Russell Wilson. I don't think he ever started a game for the Seattle Seahawks in the regular season.
Can't coach that.
4th down and 5. This Jacksonville offense continues to be a big question mark. Like, a little surprised at how this team is 10-2. They are going for it on 4th and 5 with 2:20 to go. You're kind of giving up a free 3 right here. Favre steps up, fires, and it's off the hands. He just dropped it. That should have been a catch. Oh my goodness.
Depressing to watch. He has this ball. Let me rephrase that. He should have had this ball.
Yeah.
Right out of his hands.
It looked like they animated it to have him take his eyes off it like just a split second too soon. That's a first down. That has to be a first down.
In a word, nope. Way too close. Too close to their own end zone for my taste. Now they're going to pay for it big time.
All at the 18-yard line.
I'm okay with the call. I mean, you trust your defense. You're comfortable giving up 3. You needed a touchdown anyway. Now you're just needing a touchdown to tie rather than take the lead. Cleveland runs the ball, 2nd and 10 after no gain. They will, what's it called?
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost it.
Ball on the 18.
Very interested to see what the Vikings are going to do after losing Kirk Cousins. I don't really qualify it much as a loss, but George tries to find a little bit of room. It's a smart timeout there by Jacksonville. Use the 2-minute warning. Take a timeout after the 2nd down. You also have a timeout in your back pocket. I guess you could have taken the 2 timeouts before the 2-minute warning. You would have saved yourself like 9 seconds. It probably wasn't worth it. But 3rd down, their defense has not been great. We'll see if they can pull off a 3rd down stop here. They do. It's a nice, easy 3rd down stop as well. They went right up the middle with the run game. 3rd and 7 to a 4th and 5.
Wow, the O-line's getting killed today. They've not been able to establish any blocking momentum.
And John Carney made his first kick from 19. This one's not too far back. It's 28 or 38 maybe. Kick is up, kick is good. And Carney now 2 for 2. So 13-6 Cleveland.
Jeff George yanks down the high snap and gets
Gamble was
just in time.
So it's a 31-yard field goal, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you here, extra helping at every team meal next week. Had he missed that,
you gamble that you can get the first down, which you should have had. It was a really bad drop pass. Might be honestly a god-awful drop pass. 4-play, 5-yard drive. Takes 24 seconds off the clock.
Carney sets up and will kick it away. It's away. Allen fields it in the end zone.
From the goal line, he'll get up to the 20. Throws like a fake stiff arm to a ghost as he gets taken down. Couldn't decide if I wanted to say tackled or taken down. Oh, daylight savings. You cruel mistress.
The clock reads 1 minute and 46 seconds.
So 146, 1 timeout, and a dream for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This has been a Cleveland dominating game. Favre finds a receiver for 12 or so. They will take their final timeout. Ugh. I don't love that at the 140 mark. Yuck.
Despite the fact he was covered. And there's the completion. Man, he made that look easy.
Had no trouble beating the tight coverage.
Yeah, he could toss anything, even a salad, and hit his man.
A minute and 40 seconds on the game clock. They have 3 receivers in.
Favre rolls out, fires, and finds, is that Joey Galloway? For a first down to the 47-yard line in in Cleveland territory.
47-yard line.
And that's, I don't think, why you need to take that time out. You have so much time to work with. Favre drops back, lets it rip. He is free in the secondary. Inside the 10, he'll actually get step out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Not really angled out of bounds, but
J.J. Stokes shows here why he's a force to be reckoned with downfield. Watch. That's a solid catch, but he isn't through.
No, it's like the completion is a fine sorbet.
it's a really bad time for this Cleveland defense to be falling apart. They have this game in their hand.
I've been, collecting some food.
J.J. Stokes, 2 receptions, 42 yards, a long of 37. They're going to give him a nice kind average of 21.
Stokes lines up wide left after the big game last play.
Favre steps back, fires, it's caught, touchdown, Jacksonville. That was a very quick drive. Even if you don't take that time out, it's still a very quick and efficient drive. You might be leaving Cleveland a little too much time, but you need to get the touchdown. When you can get the touchdown, worry about what they're going to do on their side of the ball. They've also been a more proficient team on the ground rather than through the air. A tie here would be pretty brutal. Mainly because it would be an extra 5 minutes of content that we would have to watch. 5 minutes of game time. That kick is up. The kick is good. We have a 13-13 game. A good one here to open us up for week number 14.
Jaguars headlock the game with that score.
We're only 6 weeks away from wrapping this season up. 4-play, 78-yard drive, 31 seconds. And that is the team that you see and go, okay, they are good. They won 10 games.
It's off.
5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll take it out. Poor choice on his part. I can tell you that before he even got hit. A 4-yard difference in field position there. And a little bit of a time difference. I don't think it's that second part. I don't think it's the biggest deal. 4 seconds isn't probably the end of the world, but with this game, you never know. 4 yards. That feels a little more important. Cleveland could use that 58-yard reception again. They're going to the air. It's in and out of the hands of Molds. 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
Two receivers, bottom side of your screen. Couch from the shotgun. Looks like they're going to bring some pressure. They do from the linebacking position. Does free that middle section of the field up. And that's where Tim Couch chooses to go. Finds a good pickup to Molds.
Leaps up to make this catch with ease. Take a look here. Oh, look.
A little bit of an over pursuit there by 47. A good job breaking the tackle. 1st and 10 for Cleveland. 1:01 to go, and I believe 2 timeouts left.
Just 1:01 left on the clock.
Tim Couch is 6 for 11 for 121 yards. You take out that big play, he's 5 for 10 for like 44. It's not good. Not good. I think that's actually generous. I think it's 43.
Tim Couch threw a nice one this time. Watch this.
This is a good drive here for the Cleveland Browns. Finding open receivers. This Jacksonville defense is not playing what I want to see. I did like the previous play, though. They sold out for the blitz. They weren't able to get to the quarterback. It's good movement in the pocket by Tim Couch. to find Eric Moulds, who I believe had just dropped a pass on the previous play. So, way to stick with your teammate there. 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Cleveland forgetting what's going on here. They're going almost intercepted.
Was the intended receiver on that play incomplete?
Eric Moulds
Going for Moulds again.
Just a little left of the receiver.
Where are we looking at the field of play here?
The clock
They
is
are
down to
on
28.
the
They go with a quick back field.
43-yard line.
Couch fades back. Throws.
Going back to the air. I think they're looking for Moulds yet again. They are. That one well overthrown.
These guys were way off the script. It's
Could
all
be going to
about
overtime here in our first game.
3rd and 10. Couch drops back.
Couch drops back, fires over the middle, finds a receiver, and yet again, it's a 3rd down conversion. Timeout, Cleveland.
That's their second.
That's their second. They have one more in their back pocket.
There's the throw. Right in between the numbers.
He had him lined up just right.
That's the
and they
45,
connected
so
for a
down to about the
distance gain.
42-yard line here. 43, 42-yard line. They probably need, I don't know, 10 to 15 yards. From here, I think it's way too deep. It's like a 57,
Clock
58-yard
shows
field goal.
19 seconds left.
But if you can cut that down by 10 to 15 yards, looking pretty okay. Actually, it'd be a 60-yard field goal from here.
Couch from the gun.
Couch drops back, fires the ball. That's a good incompletion for Cleveland right there. You don't want to burn a timeout on a play that's going over the middle. It's going to be a short gain. You're probably going to use too much time trying to get to the line of scrimmage. That's a good incompletion.
Ball on the 44. Couch fades back.
Couch, 2nd and 10, overthrows everybody. 14 seconds
Corey Bradford.
left here in the fourth quarter.
Right. Either he or the quarterback wasn't quite where they were supposed to be.
Third and 10. Couch from shotgun.
Couch drops back. That's a huge opportunity for the Jacksonville Jaguars there. I'd say a huge execution there. That's maybe not a great sentence. Falling apart over here.
It looks like they're going for it.
We're going to call a timeout with 1 second to go. Maybe a Hail Mary to the end zone here. Jacksonville has struggled all game long keeping this team consistently, or getting this team off the field on 3rd down with any consistency. That was the big play right there. It's all the way back at the 44, so Couch, he'll step and throw. He finds a receiver 1 play too late. You need that play on like a 1st down. With that timeout in your back pocket, you could kick a field goal to win the game instead. Cleveland, which led 10-0, and looked like they were in control for a large portion of this game, has allowed Jacksonville to stick around, get back into it, and send it to overtime, all tied at 13. Field goal wins it because sudden death is cool, I guess.
We'll take tails.
They call tails. It is heads.
Jacksonville is going to receive the kickoff. James Allen, 3 kick returns, 65 yards on those kick returns, no touchdowns. We still, I don't believe, have seen a kickoff return for a touchdown. We had a couple of close ones here in this game, but
Allen gets it deep.
met immediately, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
They got the ball. Let's see if they can take care of business.
Ball at the 22-yard line.
Let's give the fans a show. Put some points on the board.
They're going with their tight end left.
Ball on the Jacksonville 22 as they wind up to throw it into a couple of receivers, which means that there's at least double coverage, maybe even triple coverage. That is a pretty bad way to start. Poor decision from Brett Favre. Not maybe the most shocking thing in the world that he would make a stupid decision, but hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes people are just dumb.
They have their tight end to the right.
Favre, short drop, step. Oh, that should have been picked. That should have been picked. I can't believe that wasn't intercepted. Oh, he had it. It would have ended the game. Cleveland would have been able to set up for a field goal immediately.
3rd and 10.
Instead, Jacksonville gets another chance to convert and keep this drive alive. 3rd and 10. They're going 5 wide. Favre from the gun, steps and fires. We're going to see a penalty flag. It's probably going to be pass interference. It's pass interference. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, I believe. That's a pretty... That's such an inconvenient time for that call there. Relatively penalty-free game, but it's a killer penalty on a 3rd down and 10.
First down off the penalty. Macklin will sit down after committing the foul.
Favre drops and throws over the middle, finds a receiver up to the 47-yard line. It's Joey Galloway. Nice reception there.
Favre had no trouble singing that one past the defender again. Perfect throw. He couldn't help but catch it.
The ball was sent there, special delivery.
And the receiver didn't even have to sign for it.
Ball on the 47.
9 for 16 for Favre. 124 yards and a touchdown. Favre drops back, fires, and it's complete. Joey Galloway again. There's a nice reception. They're into Cleveland territory. Jacksonville looking to put a stamp on this #1 seed here in the AFC. They can't wrap it up today, but it's going to give them a pretty significant leg up. The head-to-head win and a 2-game lead on it. This would be their 11th win of the season. We're going to stay in the AFC South. We're going to Tennessee to watch the Colts and the Titans play. 2nd and 3rd place right now in the AFC South. Both teams would make the wild card if the playoffs started today. And you would have a similar situation in the NFC where 2 NFC West teams would make it as the wild cards. So a couple of divisions could provide half of the participants in the playoffs, which would make it even more surprising if an NFC West or AFC South team didn't win at all. 2nd down and 12, just outside the 40. Couple minutes gone here in the first overtime. Steps up, fires. It's off the hands and incomplete. Not 100% sure what happened there. Looked like the defender got a hand on it again.
There was no way that was going to be a completion.
It's now 3rd and 12.
Favre drops back, rolls around, and fires it inside the 30. He found Stokes on the reception. Cleveland defense just doesn't seem to have anything in the tank.
Watch him duck and weave in the back.
That is the most Brett Favre throw. Rolled to the right through, back across his body over the middle of the field. Maybe not necessarily a late throw, but you do not want to do that as a quarterback.
The Jaguars are putting a good drive together, 1st down.
Sounds like they might be putting together a game-winning drive. Would be a 45-yard field goal from here. Favre steps up and fires. Miss everybody there. It's a good no call by the official. Probably could have been, maybe, possibly could have been a pass interference, but we didn't have a great look at it.
Ball on the 29.
Clock stopped exactly halfway through overtime period number 1. Favre drops back, fires over the middle. It's deflected and incomplete. The receiver never looked back for the ball.
Body in the way of that one, Dan. It's all about clogging up the passing lanes. You can't coach that.
3rd and 10. Fades back.
Brett Favre drops and fires over the middle. It's incomplete. This will be a 45-yard field goal to win it.
That could have easily been picked off.
Cleveland does a good job to finally stop this drive, but it might just be too late for the win. The ball is snapped. Hold looks good. The kick is up. No good. It's no good. The kick was no good off the crossbar.
They would definitely like to score on this drive right here. There's not enough time left for mistakes.
All at the 36-yard line.
It was no good.
Tight ends on the field. Mathis in motion. Couch drops back.
Couch drops back and fires. It's caught by Molds. He'll be about a yard short of the line to gain. 2nd down and 1.
Got some nice yards there off the first down play, and that really opens things up a bit for this next one.
Second and about a foot.
6 receptions, 82 yards, 19 after the catch for Molds on the day. 2nd down and 1. Pitch to the outside. They're going to give it to George. Cut down just past that first down marker, but slammed down pretty hard there as he approached midfield.
Ball on the 48.
George is going to work his way through this defense. I don't think that Cleveland really has a great grasp on what's going to happen here. If this clock runs out, it's going to be a tie. We're not going to overtime too, I hope.
It's 2nd and about 7 yards.
Couch drops back and fires. A wide open Eric Molds is inside the 20. There's one man that can get him, and he did. Wow. That somehow wasn't a touchdown. I am shocked. That is a huge play. Second big play through the air. I believe it's right about 50 yards. We saw the 58-yard pass earlier in the game. Unbelievable that that was not a touchdown. Clock moving here with a 1st and goal. See if they just kick the field goal here. They don't have to waste all this time. You can just kick the field goal any old time now. It ends the game immediately. Jacksonville had a shot to win it. They couldn't do it, but Cleveland does. And Cleveland upsets the Jacksonville Jaguars, leveling both teams at 10-3. And the race for the first place, or the #1 seed in the AFC, continues. Wow.
It was a real pleasure.
It's a really good game.
We'll see you next time for
really good game. A long game because they went into overtime and Cleveland was like, well, we'll burn some clock down. Not apparently realizing that it was sudden death.
I'm Clark Dishman. The Browns come away with a close 3-point win over the Jaguars. They now move to 10-3 on the year. The Browns completely arrested the ground game today. Just look at the statistics. Their front four
Just look at the statistics.
Scrimmage and was a big part in the win. Eric Moulds grabbed balls for a total of 131 yards, and he accomplished that on 7 catches. He's our ESPN Player of the Game. And that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to tune in to the weekly wrap-up.
Eric Moulds, Player of the Game. That's
highlights and analysis.
all right.
I'm Clark Dishman.
I thought it was a touchdown there at the end, but it was not. All right. Well, that'll do it for game number 1 here. The Cleveland Browns pick up a victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 16-13 in overtime. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will be right back, and we'll join you with more NFL action in just a moment. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Check twitch.tv/SeannosaurusRex. Hit that follow button. You'll be notified when I go live. If I do go live later this week with more March Mascot Madness or MLB The Show 24. Thanks again for hanging out. We'll be right back. Okay. We are back. Colts and Texans is going to be our next game. We're only going to get one more result between these two games, so let's jump in quickly, efficiently, effectively into game number 2 of today's triple header. 26th ranked team. These are the 2 and 3 teams. The 2 and 3, second and third place. Oh my goodness. Yeah, second and third place in the AFC South. Both have a leg up on the wild card. But a win here for Tennessee would be big. A loss for Tennessee would also be big, depending on how the Bengals game went. I did not catch that score, but it was on the screen, so you probably have you might have a better idea than I do at this current second. Godzilla Cross Kong? Oh, are you excited for the New World or whatever that movie's called? Oh, I know I'm not.
So don't hold your breath for him to give up a sack. And over here's another mountain of man getting
now mountain of man. We got a man mountain over here.
Dominant offensive lineman in the league. He brings the hammer down on his man, and his teammates respect.
Oh shoot! I wonder what the screen unseen was today. I think it was Godzilla versus. I think it actually was Godzilla Cross Kong.
Heads is called. Heads it is.
AMC screen unseen.
Will receive the opening kickoff, and they send the return unit onto the field.
December 11th. God, it's so hard to search things. There's PG-13 and 2 hours, which...
There's the kick. Cartwright catches it in the end zone.
And maybe people haven't seen it. I mean, it was at 7 p.m., which means that it would have been at 4 p.m. Pacific on the East Coast. I can't find the result. Ah, it's annoying. March 11th, 2 hours, 0 minutes. It's usually a couple minutes off the regular run time, I think, to try and throw you for a loop, but I'm on top of it. I'm doing the research. First and 10 in a rain-soaked stadium, and we're going to see a pick on the first play of the game. Big play for Tennessee.
Well, blame it on the rain, baby.
Blame it on the rain, baby. I don't know. That's just a bad read in any weather. I don't know why you would blame that one on the rain. It just sucked. It's just a terrible throw.
Yeah, you have to adjust your game plan in these conditions, and they didn't do that on this play. Well, their offense takes the field after that great interception. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Ball at the 16-yard line. Tight end is lined up on the right side.
Going with a run to the left side. We'll see what the Tennessee Titans can do off the turnover.
Was slow getting off the field on that play.
And unfortunately, we have an injury. Blame it on the rain, baby. So second down and 5 after the 5-yard gain. The clock will stop for the injury. And it is Drew Bledsoe leading these Tennessee Titans out onto the field. Going with a run to Davis. He's going to try and find a little room up the middle. Nothing there for him. 3rd and 7. It'll be a loss of 2. Nothing there. A little voice squeaker. Squeak, squeaking, squeak, squeak 'em. You owe me a new acorn. 98.2 yards on the ground.
Just one man in the back.
Average. We'll see if Tennessee wants to stay on the ground here. Throws over the middle. It's caught. That'll be a gain of 3, but well short of the 7 needed for the first down. Oh, we're probably not going to get a update on who's on some of the sides here. I think we might just see the Tennessee offensive unit with the interception immediately, and then this is going to be a 4th down.
So far this season, he's averaged 65 yards on 5 catches a game.
And lastly, the man who calls the plays and the guys who back him up.
Corey Schlesinger.
Gives this trio its
Schlesinger.
punch. On the ground this season, he's averaged 90 yards and around a touchdown a game.
Back to the field now.
4th down and 4. Clock is moving here, so we will get at least a little bit of time gone. They're going to go for the field goal and try and cash in some points. Off that turnover, the kick is up, the kick is good. We don't see a lot of missed field goals in this game. The only time we see missed field goals is like we saw in the Jacksonville game, if it's just too far. But I don't know that we've really seen much as far as like just like the wind pulling it. And maybe a couple of them here or there that are kind of wide left, but
you really can't coach that.
I don't know. Field goal kicking feels like it's too good.
3-0.
Let's make them all 0.
Lockman will kick this one away.
The kick is away.
Cartwright fields it deep.
It'll be returned up past the 25, past the 30. He's up past the 40, and we might have it. Our first kickoff return for a touchdown, but no, it'll be taken out of bounds. It's the best kickoff we have ever seen. Best kickoff return we have ever seen, and that is a game-changing play. You throw the interception, you give up the easy field goal. Defense does a good job to get off the field with a 3-and-out, and then you just flip the field. You're on the Tennessee 29-yard line. Terrific starting field position. And now you're in field goal range here in the downpour. Deep drop for the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, and the receiver is hit and drops the ball. Not a great throw. It looked like it was into double coverage, and Wilkins can't come up with the reception. 2nd down and 10.
Not a torn groin muscle. That's the good news. The bad news is that he may not be able to return and could take an additional week of rest before being at full strength.
Thanks, Michelle.
Unfortunately, the player who was injured earlier, likely not coming back in this game, probably out for next week's game as well. There is a big run right up the middle, a 9-yard effort for Smith. Antoine Smith.
Tricks on this run. Let's take a look.
Some great vision to work it back to the middle of the field. Excellent balance and strength to stay upright. A nice block there on the right side of that frame to help spring him for an extra couple of yards. 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1.
Going with a pitch to the outside. Absolutely stuffed. 4-yard loss. Tennessee saw exactly what this Indianapolis Colts team wanted to do. And it's a good open field tackle. And then a video game animation double there in the background as they just stood with their hands on their hips. We watched that happen. So as we hit the halfway point of the first quarter, Indianapolis will bring out their special teams unit for a field goal attempt on a 4th and 5. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We are all knotted up at 3 with 2:11 to go in the first quarter.
Jeff Wilkins really does a nice job here compensating for the weather. Watch this. Right through the upright.
Boy, you could hardly tell that he did that in the middle of a rainstorm. The Colts knotted up after that scoring drive. Wilkins lines up for the kickoff. This is a beauty.
That kick is deep into the end zone, and they will smartly take a knee. Titans have a weird end zone that's like a shade off of the regular field, or a few shades off of the regular field. It just looks very odd. First down and 10.
It's their turn to deliver on offense. Let's see what they do.
Ball on the 20.
Pitch to the outside here for Smith. He'll fight for a yard, but Indianapolis keyed in pretty early on what they were trying to do there, and a nice tackle. Good job to get Davis to the ground. I feel like the last time we saw the Titans, Davis had a really good game. I was trying to look and see where that was, but I don't know when it was. Probably it was longer ago. Oh, it was last week. Oh, didn't realize we had the Titans on there. Oh, we almost threw an interception. So then play the Giants. I specifically removed two teams because we've seen them recently, and I didn't even see Tennessee was on that list. That's all right. This is an important game for the AFC South. And thankfully, we've been lucky to get some matchups between some good teams.
They line up with 4 wideouts.
Third down and 9. Bledsoe drops back, throws toward the sideline. That's complete for a loss of 1. And that is a terrible drive for Tennessee. I guess I would expect a whole lot to go well in the rain, but I'm also surprised that they're not committed more to the running game. Tom Tupa comes out. First punt of the day. Interception, couple of field goals. I think that was slightly to his right, but a good adjustment to get the ball and kick it away. Indianapolis is going to get more fantastic field position inside Tennessee territory immediately, inside their 45-yard line. First down and 10. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. We're going to go to New York next for our nightcap. Broncos, Jets. A couple of first place in their divisions. A couple of teams in first place in their divisions. There was a word I skipped there for some reason. It was a word that I just didn't even think of. I blame it on the exhaustion. Second and 7. Little 3-yard gain to open this drive up. I mean, just take as much time off the clock as you can. I think we had a rain game last week, or maybe it was the week before. So I remember looking up that Washington, San Francisco game that was a slop fest. And there's the reason you would want to stay on the ground. A terrific run there. I don't know what the heck is going on in the background, but Smith gets a block on the outside, does a good job to spin away from a defender. And it'll be a fresh set of downs after a nice long run.
Ball at the 27-yard line.
First down and 10. I formation. One more play before the end of the quarter. It's a pass that's broken up around the 20-yard line. And we are going to the second quarter, all dotted up at 3. In this AFC South rivalry. Not a whole lot of yards going on here. No passing yards for Indianapolis. Only 3 passing yards for Tennessee. They have 7 total yards. 24 yards for the Indianapolis Colts. All of them on the ground. Which would also kind of just be like, hey, hint, hint, just run the ball. 2nd and 10 as Greasy drops back, fires over the middle. It's tipped and it's picked again. Greasy's 2nd interception of the day. Oh, that is brutal.
Thompson made the play. Let's look at this again and check out the interception. This is great defense.
Just another bad throw. I mean, you want to blame it on the rain or whatever. That was the first piece of commentary on the first interception. But you can't blame that pass on the rain. It's awful. It's a terrible decision. The safety was sitting there just waiting. Read the quarterback's eyes the entire way, and an interception starts quarter number 2. Tennessee with the ball in their own 24. That wipes 3 points off the board for Indianapolis. And they're going to give it to Davis. Davis with a big run, stomps over a man, or steps over a man, and he is up the field with a huge gain on the ground.
Stephen Davis fights for every foot of turf he got on this play, including a painful stiff arm move. You gotta like this move right here. What a soldier he is, Dan.
Yes, he is, Peter. He did what he had to get the extra yardage. Ball at the 43-yard line. Bledsoe drops back.
Bledsoe dropping back, fires over the middle, wide open to number 82. Dudley's going to pick up 11 in the first down. And this Tennessee Titans offense, just what I thought, hey, maybe they'll stick on the ground, stay on the ground. They go to the air, and not only do they go to the air, they find a wide open receiver.
Ball on the 47.
Bledsoe, short drop, fires to the near sideline, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Morton couldn't come up with the catch on that one. He was well contested by the defense.
2nd and 10.
We're going to go with a pitch to the outside. Davis trying to find some room, but tackled. That animation startles the heck out of me. It looks like they're like going to struggle in pain, but because the down and distance shifts to the next down and distance,
3rd and 10.
It's not an injury. It's just a weird piece of animation. It's a weird animation and a weird angle combined. Single back set here for Tennessee. Fires over the middle. It's caught. He's going to be a yard short of the line to gain. 4th and 1 coming up. Joe Jaravicius ran a nice route there, and it's a good catch. I like the quick release by Bledsoe, but a better open field tackle on the defensive side to prevent the first down.
They're going for it on 4th and 1.
Oh, I like this. 4th and 1 gamble here. I formation. We got a big set with one receiver right where my face is. We're going with the run game off the right side. Stephen Davis with a big run. 2 broken tackles, maybe kind of a third there. That is a big rip off the right side. 1st and 10.
Having none of that tackle. Check this out. Sit down. He throws the defender off like a coat on a hot summer day.
You know, after that hit, I'm not sure which hurts worse, Peter, the defender or the defense's pride.
I'd say a little of both.
1st down and 10. Big gamble to go for it there on 4th down. We don't see it a lot. You would see it maybe universally in today's NFL, but 2002 was a very different time as far as the style of football being played.
4th down conversion. They're going with the eye. Bledsoe.
1st and 10 for Bledsoe, who throws it. Picks up 12, and it's a 1st and 10. Kinney with a nice reception there, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning in this 3-3 game.
He sends a telegram to his man for the completion. Take a look.
Another quick drop and a quick decision by Bledsoe, a wide open receiver. The offense is doing a nice job calling plays of this defense that is working perfectly against the defense that Indianapolis is sending out. They're finding the gaps in the zones. They're finding the mismatches or the matchups. The receivers are winning. Bledsoe's going to drop back, fires, and it's caught just inside the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Morton again with the reception. 2nd down and 4. Clock winding here. No hurry, as you are already in field goal range. So you have to be aware, but you don't have to be fast. 8-play, 66-yard drive has hit the 3-minute mark. Pitch to the outside for Davis. He's going to lose a couple here. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
That leaves a lot of work to be done for 3rd down.
Surtain coming up with a nice tackle there. Drops him for a loss of a couple. They're going to go from the shotgun. 3 receivers set. One back to Bledsoe's left. And it was kind of a weird animation there. It didn't matter. Found the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. I thought it was maybe going to be like a delayed handoff or something. That was a weird collision, and maybe Bledsoe was trying to run out of the pocket. It looked like kind of a mess back there, and I thought that might lead to a sack or something more disastrous. Instead, the most positive play you can have, a touchdown. And with 1:06, Tennessee will take a 6-point lead, or 7-point, pending this extra point. And it is indeed a 10-3 game.
The Titans take the lead with that score, 10-3.
Ten plays, 76 yards, an extra 50 seconds.
Hockman is back to kick it away. This is returnable.
From about 2 yards deep, Indianapolis already had a nice kick return. Do they have a second one in them? Not really. I mean, it's not a bad kick return. It's out to the 26-yard line, so about a 28-yard run back there. But when your other run back is what it was, and it was good.
Let's see if they can make something happen here.
Just 101 left.
That looks disappointing, even though it wasn't. 1st and 10 from the Indianapolis 26-yard line. I now unfortunately have to spell the word Indianapolis. That looked like me trying to spell Indianapolis. Nowhere close to anything. And it's 2nd and 10.
His receiver need to make sure they're on the same page after that one.
The clock down to 58.
Smith will try and find a little room. I think Tennessee Indianapolis might just be throwing in the towel on this this drive here. Tennessee should be using their timeouts to stop the clock and force them to snap the ball.
It's 3rd and 9.
Greasy drops back and fires. It's caught. He gets off the first defender. They're going to give him forward progress. That was a very generous spot to Hines Ward there. Yeah, that should not have been gifted, the forward progress, because he was fighting for yards. It should have been, it's a 2-yard difference. Because once he gets out of the hand tackle, that is where the ball should be. Doesn't seem like they're in any sort of hurry, so I don't think 2 yards really makes a difference. 6 touchdowns on the season for Hines Ward. Final 5 seconds to go. I'll snap the ball. This should run the timeout, and it's another completion to Hines Ward up past that 1st down marker, but Indianapolis with no interest in any sort of pace there. They'll take a 7-point deficit into half. 10-3 is our halftime score. Titans looking to knot up 2nd place in the AFC North. South, excuse me. Who won the last game?
Lamont Thompson has troubled the quarterback with a total of 1 interception in 3 tackles.
Who's got what? Hold on.
Our ESPN hot at the half player.
Indianapolis kind of dropping the ball here because they're 9-3 right now. Yeah, they are. Indianapolis 9-3. Jacksonville, now 10-3. I choked on water again today. Oh my god. It's just a disaster. I don't understand water, apparently. Nice run back for Tennessee all the way out to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Bledsoe put up the big numbers last drive. Let's see what he can add on right here.
Ball at the 29-yard line.
These are our fans. Give them some cheer back.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, I can't. There's no weight in it. Hey, instead of leaving your garbage on the windowsill, why don't you just throw it in the frickin' garbage can? Hey, pro tip, Sean. Pro tip from me to me.
2nd and 10. They're going with 2 wideouts.
Bledsoe under center. It's a short drop, a float pass. That's a dangerous pass there. Looking for Davis, the pass was very high. You could blame that throw a little more on the rain as it just maybe slipped out of his hand. It was a very arcing pass to the receiver that was, or the intended target that was 4 yards in front of him. Then they got tipped up, and that's where it starts to get dangerous. And they retained possession or maintained possession. That I thought was going to be a catch. Not really sure what happened. Excuse me, not really sure what happened on the back end of that play there. But either way, it's incomplete. It's 4th and 10. Tom Tupa's first punt went 34 yards. And that one looked like it went about the same distance. Unfortunately, an injury here for the Tennessee Titans. And it kind of looked like Indianapolis dropped the ball. But I'm sure the game was like, oh, it hit a knee, dropped the ball, it's fine.
Tell you what, their special teams is really working for them today, Dan.
Indianapolis and the punt returns and the kick returns units doing such a nice job giving them consistent good field position. And they have 3 points. A couple of turnovers from Greasy have not helped, but special teams units doing everything they can to help this team.
All at the 48-yard line. They're going with their tight end right.
2nd and 8 with a split back formation. Receiver on either side. Quick pass to the flat there. That'll pick up a couple and set up 3rd down and 5. Really surprised at how much passing we're seeing here in this game. It is like very wet outside. Just run the ball.
And their tight end to the left.
Third and 5. They're going to go with a handoff. Gets just enough room across the 1st down marker, but we might have a pretty significant injury here as the running back for Indianapolis is down, grabbing at his ankle. Anton Smith. Anton.
Ball on the 42.
Lamont Thompson, 46 tackles, 3 interceptions. It is 1st and 10 for the Indianapolis Colts. The injury timeout stops the clock. They'll go with the run, trying to find a little room, and gets pushed forward.
Number 2 on the day. Terry had to leave the game due to an injury, and now we know the extent of that injury. Michelle Westfall has the full details. Michelle?
I was told that he just had the wind knocked out of him. Expect him to return to the game soon.
Michelle, thanks. It's 2nd and about 7 yards.
So we have one injury that's just the wind knocked out. He'll be back soon. See if we get an update on that that running back soon. We'll pay attention to that turn of that update. Nice little pass there. It's quick route to McGee.
Not enough for the first, however, and we'll be seeing third
Just
down.
short of that first down marker. 3rd and 2 coming up.
It's 3rd and 2. Anderson with the catch.
Anderson's he's gonna fall a half-yard short of the first down. Oh my goodness! 4th and 1 coming up.
A couple more to get the first.
It'll be a
Wilkins is gonna go for the field goal here on 4th and half a yard. Oh, this is not what you want to see. You want to see them go for it. The kick is up. It is well short. No good. So they will turn the ball over to the Tennessee Titans, who lead by 7 with great field position. This is going to, if the score holds here, the top 3 teams in the AFC South will be within 1 game of each other. And I'm very curious to see what that Bengals score is. That could create a bit of a log jam for the 2 wild card spots. Throw out to the flat. Nice job turning it upfield. 15, 20 yards on the reception there. It's a big play for this Tennessee Titans offense.
Watch this. Great catch, but he really delivered.
Oh yeah, I think, if I remember, which I probably don't because I was very tired. My retention's not been great lately on the content that I've been making, but like even more so, I've been recording these at bad times. I need to get out of it. That's why I have it scheduled for a different day. And then I was like, well, you know what I'll do? I'll do a tournament that takes 4 hours at a time. 1st and 10 with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter from the 40 of the Indianapolis Colts. Throws over the middle. It's in and out of the hands of the receiver. Nice hit to jar the ball loose, and it's 2nd and 10. I think Drew Bledsoe threw a lot of passes to the flat. It was very effective for them. New York has the Giants have a very important game against Washington. That AFC East is getting tight. Looked like it was going to be the Giants' division to win, but Washington's making a run at it. That's a nice catch there. The defender overran the route. He's in for 6. Touchdown, Titans. That's Machine Muhammad.
Right here, he makes a nice catch, and then things get going.
Into the end zone for a big touchdown.
Great adjustment, nice grab. The defender had no idea where he was. He had to guess if he wanted to look to his right or to his left. He guessed the right, and he needed to look to his left. Freed up Muhammad for the easy score. 16-3 now. Titans in control of this one, and this Indianapolis Colts offense just looks so bad. I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts offense or the Colts team misses the playoffs. They might get a little lucky, depending on what happens with the Bengals and the Patriots specifically. Those, I think, are the 2 biggest threats to that second wild card spot. Depending on what happens with them, they could maybe back their way into the playoffs, but then they'd be on the road to a division winner, which could be Kansas City, could be the Jets. Tackled just before he could get to the 20-yard line, because it's most likely going to be the 1-2 is going to be the winner of the AFC North and the winner of the AFC South.
Okay, that being said, they would love to put some points
And
on
then
the board on
the
this
4
Friday.
seed is going to guaranteed be the winner of the AFC West.
They line up with a split backfield.
Greasy dropping back. Finds a nice completion over the middle. Caught up to the 12-yard line. McGee with a nice reception there. I think Indianapolis should have gone for it on 4th and inches.
On his man, despite the fact he was covered. And there's the completion. And he made that look easy.
No trouble beating
I think it's an easy call, honestly, to go for it on 4th and inches in that situation. It's either you go for it or you punt the ball away trying to pin them deep. But a field goal is not a good option there.
Ball on the 32.
So 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Greasy drops back, short drop, fires over the middle, almost intercepted but caught. I believe that's McGee again. And he'll get out near midfield. Dangerous pass for Greasy, who has already thrown 2 picks today. And it is 17-3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. 145 yards, a lot of passing yards for the Tennessee Titans, which is surprising. We actually have more passing yards for both teams compared to the rushing yards, and the rushing yards are fairly even.
Ball at the 50-yard line.
I thought this game was going to be exciting.
So here we go, 5 minutes left. This is a must-score drive for the Indianapolis Colts, and that is not going to help. 3-yard loss.
The songs on the jukebox on that play. They got great penetration and pushed the offense back for a big loss of yards.
It's 2nd and about 13. They have 4 receivers in. Greasy from the gun.
Greasy from the gun, fires over the middle. It's caught, and he is free into the secondary. There's a big chase on, but they are able to get to him. They'll tackle him at the 4-yard line. McGee has been a huge weapon for this Indianapolis Colts offense as they commit to the air attack.
Get a load of this. He sees an opportunity and grabs it with both hands. You can't coach that.
No, I tell you, it's like
can't coach that.
B- on a test, but putting it up today with the extra credit.
Yeah.
The Colts have a first after the big pass on that last play. McGee is off right tackle, and we'll see if he has another big play here. Smith will run it.
They go with a run. It's going to be a loss of 2. They'll quickly hurry to the line. I like this pace. Drops back and fires into the end zone. Touchdown. Caught wide open for 6.
That one away, but he finally gets control. Good thing,
wow.
Because he scored a touchdown
Easy.
off of it.
Easy. They completely lost him in the back of the end zone. All he had to do was just float that in for 6.
Wilkins lines up for the point after.
Kick is up. Kick is good. We have a 7-point game here, which means old Shawnee Poo needs to pay attention.
The Colts cut into the lead, and the game can go anywhere from here. The score, 17-10. Wilkins lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff.
The kick is away, and that's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Good time for a kick like that for this Indianapolis offense, or special teams unit, I should say.
You have to love these situations. This is a big drive here.
See what the Titans want to do here. I would shift into 4-minute offense. Run as much time off the clock as you can. Even if you don't score, maybe try to pick up a first down, but at least get this down to the 2-minute warning. I don't really want to see any throwing here from Drew Bledsoe. Davis with a nice dive for a little extra yardage, and he'll pick up 5 on 1st and 10. And just wind this down as far as you can go. You get 40 seconds plus about 7 seconds between the end of the play and when they get to the huddle. So you could run 47 seconds of play off. The game won't do that, I don't think. Tends to snap the ball with way too much time on the play clock, in my opinion. But What do I know? I'm just a gamer from the year 2024. They are actually doing a nice job running it down to 10 seconds before they break the huddle.
25-yard line.
Of course, as soon as I insult the game, it proves me wrong. Wow, all the way down to 1 second. Davis will get tackled, and I think I'll have to unfortunately run one more play before the 2-minute warning, which is just a little bit of a shame for them. Ideally, you'd want to run this 3rd down and 4 on the other side of the 2-minute warning. But you don't want to see a pass. At least you're milking the time, and that is what you were looking for in this situation. That's what I'm looking for in this situation, at least.
3rd and 4. They line up in the eye.
Bledsoe, they're going to run a draw yard short. Oh, I thought he had it, but the knee hit the ground before the ball crossed the line to gain. We'll hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they go for it on 4th down.
We've reached the 2-minute
They didn't.
warning.
No one called a timeout, did they? Did someone call a timeout? Oh, they're not going for it on a 4th and 1.
After a 3 and out. It's off.
The kick is away. It'll be returned from the 34, and he'll get up to the 44. 43. 1 minute 52 seconds left, and you might only have 2 timeouts left for this Indianapolis offense. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like they showed that that camera angle for like the quarter shift timeout 2-minute warning, that angle. I think they showed it twice. Oh, there's a nice completion. This Indianapolis Colts offense is in a bit of a rhythm. They are stepped out of bounds at the 22-yard line. This was kind of similar to what we saw in the last game. Team looked like they had it in the bag. Not in the bag, but they looked like they were in a very advantageous position to win, and they weren't able to put the game away.
Guys flipping a coin to see who's going to cream you. Terrific job by the receiver.
Oh, man. Flipping a coin to see who's going to cream me. The dream?
The Colts, after the big pass last play, will have a 1st down.
2 interceptions on the day for Brian Greasy, but he has engineered a touchdown drive.
We'll see if he can repeat his performance from
He's
last play.
done a nice job getting this team into position to tie this game up. 140.
Timeout. That's their 2nd.
That is their 2nd. They absolutely called the timeout with literally like 2:01 left, and then they called the 2. They called a timeout before the 2-minute warning, at the 2-minute warning. That's unbelievable. No, this game, what a treat. It's perfect. 3rd down and 1 after the incomplete pass. 2 more stops for the Tennessee Titans, and they can ice this game. Indianapolis with maybe the worst timeout we've ever seen. Oh my goodness. This is episode number 114. I don't believe I've ever seen that. 3rd down and 1. We've seen dumb timeouts, but never that dumb. Greasy fires. It's hit. It's hit and incomplete. It looked like he had the receiver that he wanted. Actually, I would say he had the receiver he wanted, but a great defensive play to jar the ball loose. Here we go. For all the marbles, it's 4th down and 1. We're cracking a Baja, everybody. Because it's probably not as loud on the microphone as I think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm sorry if it is. Greasy steps back, throws into the end zone. Caught, touchdown. It was actually a little short of the end zone. We'll take a look at the replay here. Which what I should have said was towards the end zone. It's McGee. It's McGee again. He has been the biggest weapon on this offense here in the 2nd half, and they are able to tie this game up with 1:30 to go.
Wilkins will line up for the point after.
This was a 17-3 lead for the Tennessee Titans. Kick is up, kick is good.
The Colts tie this one up. Wilkins will kick this one away. Nice kickoff. Williams.
Kick is away. They'll take it from 2 yards deep in the end zone up to the 20. And that's where they will get hit. Nice tackle by number 59. So 17-17, a minute and 26 seconds to go. Do we have yet another overtime game? Which pushes these towards like 1 hour games apiece. And of course it's the one time where I'm like, surely if I start a little bit earlier, I'll be able to get what I need to get done. 2nd down and 2. Nice 8-yard gain there by Tennessee. I'd like to see a little bit of a hurry-up offense here. Muhammad, another reception there. Good target for Drew Bledsoe. They seem to forget that this game is tied. Muhammad, 3 receptions, 48 yards, 27 yak. I formation here for the Tennessee Titans. Bledsoe's going to drop back. Short, finds receiver in the flat. Stumbled forward, but he got knocked back.
And complete the pass, but there wasn't a lot there. The defense reacted to that baby in a hurry.
The Titans take their first timeout.
Titans' first timeout is used with 50 seconds to go. Now, Indianapolis, I believe, they still have the 1 timeout, so if they get a stop here, they can call that as quickly as possible. It's a weird timeout for Tennessee. It's a bad throw. They only got a yard. They're going over the middle. It's caught up at the 40-yard line. Don't need to take timeouts, but you do need to get into a hurry-up offense at the very least. 40 seconds to go. What are you doing? The clock management is frankly infuriating in this game. They are in the huddle, under 40 seconds to go here. 12 for 17. Bledsoe 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. From the 40, they need about 30 yards. It's caught. 9.5 yards, 2nd down and 1 second timeout used. They have to hold on to that last timeout, or they are going to go to overtime with this Indianapolis Colts team.
24 seconds on the game clock.
Bledsoe drops back, fires off his back foot. It's in and out of the hands of Muhammad. He's been so good here in this second half. Oh, it was a weird play. Bledsoe was falling away and just launched it.
3rd and 1.
They are at the, right around the 50. There's a 49-yard line. It's probably a better yard marker. There's a, oh, goodness. These teams just cannot hold on to the ball in a consistent manner.
17 seconds to go.
Of course we're going to overtime.
4th punt of the game. There's the punt. Cartwright will field it. Forces through.
First down, Colts.
Biggest drive of the game right.
That is so irritating. It's so irritating. The clock management in this game is so frustrating at times. Like, yeah, it's like funny when they waste a timeout, like, oh, big dumb idiots. But, like, Tennessee just had no urgency, no situational awareness. There's a throw to the outside. It's caught, and they time out with 2 seconds to go. They didn't really have much of an option there, but to try to maybe get something quick and hope for a big run.
All at the 39-yard line.
Terrence Wilkins, 3 receptions, 56 yards, averaging 18.6 yards a catch.
With an empty backfield. Reese fades back, throws.
Man, if they had one more timeout, huh?
Catch of the game.
They had one more timeout, huh?
And we are headed into overtime.
They would have at least had a shot to maybe go for the deep ball, but
17-17.
I don't know. What a disastrous fourth quarter for the Tennessee Titans. This was a 14-point lead for the Titans in the fourth quarter, and they blew it. They couldn't get the first down when they needed it. They got Indianapolis to waste a timeout at the 2-minute warning, which is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. The Colts are going to receive the kickoff, and they have been on a roll. Tennessee let this team stick around. They were not able to execute, and Indianapolis made them pay.
Hockman signals the referee, and we're ready.
NFL 2K3 working overtime today.
It's
The
away.
kick is away.
Cartwright.
About a yard deep in the end zone. He'll take it, and he'll get about a yard short of the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 here, as the Colts have done really good things on offense. Really shaking those turnovers early. They've been shaking those off.
Ball on the 19.
Reese's going to drop back. Fires. It's off the hands. Incomplete. Both of these teams, much to my annoyance, have not focused on the running game. Just like, hey, it's raining outside. Who cares? We're going to just wing it all over the field.
2nd and 10. They line up with 2 wideouts. Reese takes back, throws.
Reese drops and fires. Oh, he's free into the secondary. Inside Titans territory, getting angled out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down to the 33-yard line. Hines Ward coming up huge for Indianapolis. Look at this. Actually, that route wasn't all that great. It was just a terrible tackle attempt on the back end. The second guy was there but got wiped out. And then he was off to the races. Didn't have the speed to get all the way to the end zone, but from here you're looking at like a 51-yard field goal, so not close enough. But you can shift into a little bit more of a running attack if you would like. Actually, they're at the 40 or the 33-yard line, so it'd be about a 50-yard field goal. Greasy fires, caught down to the 20. Now you're looking at a 37-yard field goal.
First down, 10 yards to go.
I'm surprised to see them go to the air. Their running back Smith has been good, and Davis was good for Tennessee for the most part. They're going to look to end it right here. Indianapolis has scored 14 consecutive points. Can they make it 17 and the win? Snap, hold is down, the kick is away. It's good. Indianapolis wins in overtime. Sudden death is always such a smart decision. The Colts come back down 17-3. They work their way all the way back to force it into overtime. A lot of questionable play calling. One bizarre timeout. And you can see just no commitment to the ground game.
They now move to 10-3 on the year.
Tennessee didn't do a great job getting first downs. Indianapolis lost the turnover battle and still won this game. They threw 2 interceptions and said, it's fine. We didn't need those. Sorry. He's your player of the game, 263 through the air, 15 to 23, 2 TDs, 2 INTs. We don't usually see the quarterback as the player of the game, which is nice. I think the quarter length helps that. They don't typically do all that well. But we'll go ahead and exit this game. Actually, we'll go ahead and pop a save real quick. Bow. Bow. Bow, bow. Ba-da-down. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-dum. Successfully saved, and we will back out and get ready for our final game of the day. Oh, that's a big result. That's a big result. Let's cap off week number 14.
It's week 14 on
with the Broncos
ESPN.
and the Jets. Both teams leading their respective division. The Denver Broncos, a pretty miserable 5-7, but they are in contention for an AFC West title because the other teams in that division suck. The Jets have done a great job climbing up the standings in the AFC East, and they lead currently over the Patriots.
As we go to New York with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Welcome and grab
Ooh, we go from rain to snow here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I'm Dan Stevens.
We have the 5-7 Broncos taking on the 8-4 Jets.
Well, Peter, tell us what we have in store for us.
Dan, I like these guys. They know how to pass rush, but they are especially skilled at dropping back into coverage to defeat a pass. Jeremiah Trotter comes in with a
Jeremiah
crazy
Trotter,
look in his eye.
Charlie Clemens, your highlight players. You can see that the Panthers upset the Bengals today. That's a big deal for the Bengals, obviously. But it's more importantly, it's actually a pretty big deal for the Titans, who just lost a terrible game. I mean, that's a bad loss. That is such a bad loss.
Thanks, Peter. Let's go midfield, where the team captains are ready for the coin toss.
Oh, okay. That's right, Dante Culpepper for the Jets.
We choose tails.
Tails is called. Tails it is.
The Broncos choose to receive. Let's get started. Rackers gets ready for the opening kickoff. It's off. Hit fields it deep.
And in a snowy New York, we are underway.
21. First down, Broncos.
Time for the offense to do their job. Let's check it out.
Ball on the 25. They line up with their tight end right.
Plummer rolls out and fires. It's caught. And are we going to see two teams in some rough weather stick with the run game or stick with the passing game? Nothing more exciting than that.
First up, the offensive line.
It's one of the biggest problems that we would see with actually, I guess pretty much any game is when a team commits to the passing game, but they suck at it. It's just like, oh, good, you ran 12 seconds off the clock with 3 plays.
Last but not least, we have these three
Yeah,
gentlemen.
Fred Taylor.
puts on a good show with these other
Saw the
two.
Jacksonville Jaguars in the opener. That's who Fred Taylor played for. Now we see him playing for the Broncos as he was drafted in the fantasy draft by Denver. Maybe. I don't know. He could have been traded. I don't really know if the trades are happening. I haven't really noticed anything, but Troy Brown, 61 receptions.
They have 2 tight ends in.
It's a 9-yard gain in a solid downfall of snow. Nice job to get the stiff arm there. Slips through a second tackle, a third tackle. Got taken down out of bounds. Probably a penalty in today's game. And it looked like he just slammed his face into that weird part of the field there where all the players stand.
But just keeps churning his legs until he's out of trouble.
Well, it just goes to show, Peter, persistence pays off in a pinch. Ball at the 43-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Denver Broncos, who make me look like a fool by going back-to-back on the ground. We'll take a look at this New York Jets defense with John Randall.
We'll start off with the D-line.
John Randall shows tremendous heart, and the other linemen respect that.
That's followed by
Dwight Freeney on the end.
Jeremiah Trotter is the man who brings the hurt here.
And lastly, the secondary.
Marcus Robertson blazes up and down the field and stays in hot pursuit, baby.
Now back to the game.
Forgot we were looking at a defensive unit there for a second, and I was like, man, where'd the quarterback go? Well, quarterbacks don't play on defense, Sean. Still.
Ball on the 47.
Second down and 6. Plummer dropping back, rolls outside, fires late across the middle, got hit. Looked like he might have gotten flipped upside down. Moore comes up with the reception. It's a 1st and 10 for the Broncos, but a dangerous throw. As we get the, but this is a good replay choice for us because we can see, yep, he did indeed get hit low. But Moore with a nice reception. You see right between the numbers because that was clearly above his head.
Ball at the 45-yard line.
Plummer drops back from under center. A weird glitchy animation there. Looked like he got tipped by the defender. Second down and 10 following the incompletion.
And let me tell you something, Dan, that is tough to do.
This is a pretty good start to this drive for the Denver Broncos.
Get into position like that.
2nd and 10.
9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions for Plummer. That checks out for a team that has a losing record, but because everybody else sucks around them, a shot at the AFC West crown. We'll have to check in on the Kansas City Chiefs and see how they did today. Plummer dropping back, wings it, and it is caught out to the 33-yard line. Nice grab by Troy Brown, I believe.
First down.
Jake Plummer threw a solid.
It's a great reception there.
Coverage there. Let's see it again. Right there.
Yeah.
That's a clean pass, left no opening for it to be picked off at all.
Yes, sir. He threw a guided missile there. Emphasis on guided. He knew exactly where that pass was going. All on the 33.
This drive taking up some good time in this first quarter. Here we go with a delayed handoff. That was going to be another pass, so they had me fooled. Taylor looking for a little bit of room, but only finds a yard. 2nd and 9.
Ball at the 33-yard line. Taylor. 2nd
and 9. Taylor left side. Like he hurdled the defender there. And tackled after a solid 5-yard gain. It's going to set up 3rd and a short medium.
Taylor would have been stopped a lot sooner if he'd kept both feet on the ground. See that? Going up and over.
Nice little hurl. This actually was a defender that was totally out of the play. Just sliding across the snow, making snow angels. 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4.
The drive hits 3 minutes. It's been 8 plays and 47 yards. In field goal range. Plummer going to go with a toss. It's actually really well blocked on the outside. He's going to get into the red zone and dropped at the 24-yard line. I don't think that's the correct yard marker. I think it's a 16.
Wow.
Really good job by Taylor. Yeah, it is. It's the... I had the wrong number. Sorry. I think they're going to mark it at the 17. Either way, it's a nice first down. It's a really good call there and excellently blocked on the outside.
Have a first down. It's their 4th of this drive, and they keep pounding away. The Broncos.
Denver staying on the ground here. That is a missed block. Oh, I don't know how many yards he gets, but you got to at least give your guy a shot. Get the first guy. I mean, unless you think your running back can, I guess, probably correctly think that your running back could outmaneuver a defensive lineman. They didn't change the outfits for the cheerleaders back there. They're freezing. Plummer drops back and finds a man in the flat, steps out of bounds. It's a short gain. We'll call it 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7 with 17 seconds to go here in quarter number 1, and the clock will wind.
It's 3rd and about 7.
An opportunity for the Jets to hold this Broncos offense to just a field goal try. Final play of the first quarter is incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7 when we get back. They'll flip sides of the field, and we have a 0-0 game, but Denver ate up that entire first quarter. That 4 seconds is a courtesy to the New York Jets. It really is all Denver. It's weird because I think the clock, I think I mentioned this before, but in this game, the clock starts when the kick is away, but I think now it starts when it's received from the returner.
Casey can put his team on top with this kick here in the second.
John Casey only 66% on his field goals. I bet if we watched him, he'd be closer to 100 because we just don't see a lot of misses. That kick is up, and it is good. So tack on a couple extra seconds there. That'll be a 4-minute, 58-second drive.
John Casey comes through with a very difficult kick in tough conditions. A nice kick in perfect weather.
They come away with 3.
Phenomenal kick today.
Absolutely. Snow affects not only your visibility, but your footing on the ground.
But he loves it. Domes are for sissies.
The Broncos strike first in the game, 3-0. Casey lines up for the kickoff. There's the kick.
Kick is away. We will finally get our first look at this New York Jets offense. As he started running, I was like, what if this is the time that they return a kick return for a touchdown? Like,
well, this game could go either way, Dan, and that's what makes this drive
Dante Culpepper.
They'd love to put some points on the board right here.
Ball on the 28.
I believe Sean Alexander in the backfield. You see the number 37 and some big old elbow pads. I think Sean Alexander. First pass of the day incomplete for Dante. Put it in a pretty good spot, but the hit jarred the ball loose. 2nd and 10.
Next up, the receiving corps.
Joe Horn adds a lot to this pack of receivers. So far this season, he's averaged 59 yards on 4 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general and his next in
Dante
command.
Culpepper, Sean
Dante
Alexander,
Culpepper
Brad
provides a
Hoover.
vital contribution to this group. Through the air this season, he's averaged 164 yards and just under an interception a game.
Back to the field now. Ball at the 28-yard line. They're going with the eye.
So 2nd and 10. That throw is caught.
Peter, let's run down the Broncos
Here's
defense.
the Broncos defense.
First is the defensive line.
Ted Washington deserves our full attention, Dan. He and his squad need to put a lot of pressure
Oh,
on the
Michael
quarterback.
Myers. Oh, God, look out.
Up now are the linebackers.
Charlie Clemens is the standout player of this bunch.
Finally, Peter, the secondary.
Roy Malloy
Samari
flies around the
roll.
field and gets in receivers' faces.
Let's get back to the game.
Carnell Lake. He's happy to be here. So 3rd down and 5. I say it pretty often, but it doesn't actually usually come to fruition. I don't know if you want to give the ball back this quickly to a Broncos offense that was able to pretty methodically work it down the field. Usually when I call that out, the defense does, to their credit, do a nice job. There's a nice reception there for Sean Alexander, and he's up the far sideline into Denver territory, down to the 25-yard line. I was going to say, to the defense's credit, they usually do a pretty good job at changing things up and making it a lot more difficult for the offense. But like in my head, every time you just go like, I don't want to give them the ball back. They just took 5 minutes off the clock. That man is just sitting in the snow back there by the heater.
Alexander.
Would you like a seat? And he's like, nope, thank you. I'd like to sit on this cold, hard ground. First and 10. There's a nice catch. And even with Sean Alexander in the backfield, they're letting that the arm of Dante Culpepper do the work here on this drive. It's a nice grab by Joe Horn. It'll be first and 10. First and 10 at the 11 or first and goal at the 10. It's going to be tight. Personally, I enjoy having a first and goal outside the 10. I do not like having a first and goal at the 10-yard line. It's awful.
Ball on the 11.
They're going to give it to him at the 10.5-yard line. So there's a little wiggle room if they want to get a first down or just before the goal line. Going to go with a play action pass to the end zone. Tipped in. Almost intercepted. We saw that animation lead to an interception, but couldn't come up with it on the Denver side. Second down.
Second and 10. Tight end is lined up left side. Culpepper drops back.
Culpepper drops back into the end zone. He's incomplete.
Wow, he's passing.
Just not good passes on either of those. He threw it short, almost a pick, threw it over the receiver. Nobody was there to get it.
Third and 10. Single back formation.
Culpepper drops back and fires. It's a low throw. Tried to make the adjustment, but Connell couldn't come up with it. And this is why it's maybe not the greatest idea to just stick with the passing game. Sean Alexander is in your backfield. You don't want to try to get him any yards on the ground. Neil Rackers coming on to try for 3. That one looked bad. That kick looked so bad and then curved back in.
Neil Rackers makes a very difficult kick in the snow. Let's watch. That's 3. You'd think it was 75 and sunny out here, Dan.
He did a very nice job compensating for the winter conditions here. He earned his paycheck today. The Jets
did he? He kicked one field goal. I'd like to do one thing at my job and be paid a lot. You'd put together one piece of equipment. Here's your full paycheck. Thank you. See you later. Kick is out of the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 20. 3:03 to go here in the second quarter. See what this Denver offense has up their sleeve.
Let's see what he does this time.
Kind of a long drive for New York, but they were inconsistent in their passing game and just non-committal to the run at all. I'd be surprised if they have any yards on the ground. Or with a fake pitch to a pass right over the middle, and that's incomplete. I think that's Denver getting just a little bit too cute. Conway should have probably had that catch, but couldn't come up with it. These are the kind of games that I dread. They're committed to the pass. We saw it a lot in ESPN NFL primetime because the passing was really bad. And I think we saw it in Madden 2004. There's a nice run. And hey, maybe that's why you should stick with the run game. It's working. It'll also shorten the game so your boy can go to bed. It's the game before this. Was it Madden? There were a couple of times where we would have, you'd have like a, I think it was probably ESPN NFL primetime because that game was really bad. Where,
ball at the 37-yard line.
You'd have a team that has a playbook that's very pass-heavy, but they didn't draft correctly. And it was just miserable watching a sucky quarterback throw terrible passes. Oh, God. ESPN NFL primetime was awful. There's a nice catch for the Denver Broncos. He's off to the races in the secondary. Chased down and tackled from behind is Rod Smith. No, Tim Brown. Sorry. Tim Brown. Troy Brown. Friggin' goodness gracious. I'm getting all my receivers mixed up here.
No, sir. That's just the first act in a beautiful big yard play. A sterling effort all around.
See if they take this down to the 2-minute warning. I think they will. Troy Brown, 3 receptions, 66 yards on the day, averaging 22 yards a catch.
The Broncos have a first after the big pass on that last play.
First and 10, going with a handoff. Slicing and dicing his way up the middle. 6-yard gain. Gets that clock moving under the 2-minute warning here. 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4.
Second down run is, oh, they're going to give him the first down. It looked like it was going to be tight or maybe just short, but they'll give him the full 4 yards, and that'll put him with a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal just inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
They have 2 receivers in.
Going with a run yet again. New York all over it. They'll knock him down for a solid loss, 3 or 4 yards there.
With a devastating stop in the backfield. Big loss there.
The clock reads 1:06.
Second down and goal. Plummer drops back, kind of glitches out there a little bit, finds a completion. I'll take a quick timeout with 1 minute to go. 3rd down and goal coming up for the Denver Broncos. Another opportunity here for this New York Jets defense to hold them to a field goal try.
3rd and goal.
Plummer drops and fires into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Denver! We're going to need to check in on the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Those are going to be depending on the results of this game. I mean, they'll still be the important results related to this game. But like, say, Denver wins and Kansas City loses, which would make the Jets lose, and maybe New England wins. I don't know. Maybe Denver wins, the Jets lose, New England wins, Kansas City wins. You have 4 teams vying for 2 spots. Kicky is up. Kicky is good. And again, that swift, like, whoop.
The Broncos, with that score, take the lead. They're up 10-3.
It's a big touchdown for the Denver Broncos. I don't think the New York Jets did a very good job adjusting. I mean, they slowed them down a little bit, but they still got 8 plays, 80 yards on that drive. They gave them 2 minutes on the drive time, which would have been more if they hadn't used timeouts. The Jets defense just does not seem like it is capable of stopping this Broncos offense. It's actually a surprisingly balanced attack. They commit to the run for a little bit. That opens up the pass game. Then they kind of commit to the pass game for a few plays or get a big pass play up the sideline or something like that. Then they'll kind of go back to the run game. Their red zone offense leaves a little to be desired. I know they just scored a touchdown, but they did score that on 3rd and goal. Or 3rd and 4, or whatever it was. It was a 3rd down, so it wasn't as clean as it probably should have been. The Jets, they have the ball. It's a completion, a short gain of 4. That's a shot.
They toss this one out left and get the completion, but there wasn't much room past the line of scrimmage on that one.
All on the 23. Two tight ends on the field.
2nd down and 6. Culpepper drops and fires. It's out to the flat. Nice run after the catch here. Will step out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 21 seconds to go. Todd Heap with the reception. And a huge gain.
Why he's a force to be reckoned with downfield. Watch. That's a solid catch, but he isn't through.
No, it's like the completion is a fine sorbet, cleansing the palate before a big meal of a run.
That is beautiful.
I've been, collecting some food metaphors for you. Just 21 seconds left.
First down and 10.
They line up with 3.
They're out near midfield. I actually thought that was a bigger gain than it was. They will go with a run play finally. That'll go for about 11, and we'll see a timeout. So take 11 away from whatever the total yardage is on the run game. And that's what you had for the first 9 minutes of in-game action. Actually, the first 9 minutes and 40 seconds of in-game action for the New York Jets, who feel like they've just been so content with throwing the ball all over the yard.
Ball at the 41-yard line. They go with the split backfield. Alexander with the carry.
Now is when you commit to the run game? Now is when you're like, oh, let's hand the ball off now.
We'll take a timeout. That's their second.
Here's some awful play calling for you again before the end of the half. What are you doing?
It's 2nd and 9.
Oh, shoot, I got to remember to download MLB 22. MLB The Show 23's there, don't you worry. Alexander tries the run again.
The Jets take a timeout. That's their final.
That was when they committed to the run game. It was in the final 20 seconds of the half that forced them to burn all 3 of their timeouts. And
it's 3rd and 11.
Now it's what? A long field goal? No.
Culpepper from the gun. Drops way back. Throws.
I hate that they scored a touchdown right there. I hate it. They don't deserve any of those 6 points. Terrible clock management. They are lucky that they got a touchdown there. That is miserable. Oh my goodness. We're going to go to this break. We're going to go to half with a 10-10 tie. That's disgusting. Oh, this freaking 10 out of 10 game. God dang it. That is so irritating.
Here's a quick breakdown of the numbers from the first.
By the way, the Jets had 10 rushing yards. That was the one rush from Sean Alexander for 11, and then the second rush that lost a yard. They didn't do anything on the ground, and they got rewarded for it with a garbage time touchdown. It wasn't really garbage time, but it was a garbage touchdown. That is infuriating. That the way that the momentum completely stops with the jump is kind of a game breaker, honestly. It pulls so many defenders out of position and leads to big plays like that.
Casey sets up and will kick it away to start the 3rd quarter. This is returnable.
I wish this had alcohol in it so I can... I can soothe my misery. I'm so irritated they have a touchdown. I don't know that I've ever been this mad about a touchdown. We watched 2 games we watched 2 teams score touchdowns to force games to go into overtime, which is irritating because it means that we have to watch more football when I'm tired. I love making this content. Please, like, it's all a joke. That is... Oh, that's the worst. Good to see them commit to Alexander here early in the second half. He has 17 yards on about 4 carries, all of them coming with the last 20 seconds. The final 20 seconds of the second quarter in this first play here in the third. What is so irritating about that is they committed to the run game, and instead of, like, they called timeouts weirdly and the play calling was moronic. We've seen it before, but then for them to be rewarded with a touchdown, I just find inexcusable. There's a nice run for the New York Jets, who will pick up a first down. Maybe take a page out of the Denver Broncos book.
Ball on the 39.
Just a long, methodical drive here to open the half, see what Culpepper wants to do. It's an I formation, receivers to the top and bottom of the screen. They shift the tight end to the slot. And we go with a run to the opposite side. They just ran right into the defender there, but picked up 4 yards.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Don't give him an inch, baby. Don't give him an inch. Bro. Double tight.
2nd and 6. They're going to give it to Alexander right up the middle. He'll pick up 3. And it's 3rd down and short, or 3rd and manageable. See what they want to do here. Play action pass could be very effective. Lawyer Malloy, 4 tackles in today's game. Snowy New York, or New Jersey, East Rutherford, New Jersey. We're gonna go a short pass. Oh, that's a good reception by Joe Horn. It was a short pass to the far sideline. And a nice grab goes for about 6, or maybe 5.
Boy, I like that call.
They needed 3. And obviously that is the correct forward progress.
49-yard line.
Quickly, we are halfway through quarter number 3.
Culpepper drops back.
As Culpepper drops and fires over the... Well, it's not really over the middle. Maybe over the middle of the formation if they were toward that right hash mark. But the incomplete pass on the hit brings up 2nd down and 10. Culpepper dropping back, firing. It's off the fingertips. Couple of misfires here for Culpepper. I don't think either of those were really his fault. They were right there. It was a good defensive hit there to jar the ball loose on the 1st and 10 play. That's just a drop by the receiver on 2nd and 10. It's going to force them into a fairly obvious passing situation. 3 receivers in the I formation. They're going to go with a run. He's going to break a tackle and get tackled from the legs down, and that allows him to fall forward. He'll pick up 10.5. I thought it was an easy passing situation. The Denver Broncos must have thought so too. Terrific individual effort by Sean Alexander. Now it looks like it's snowing and raining, kind of. There's a lot going on the screen here.
Maybe an aerobic workout or something.
Ball at the 39-yard line. They have their tight end to the right.
Culpepper takes the snap, and he'll hand it to Alexander. Alexander leaps over a defender, but only picks up 3 as the second level set a nice wall. Didn't allow him to penetrate through it.
It's 2nd and about 7 yards.
Watch for the run. Watch for the run.
They go with the I formation.
They shift their I formation from the left to the right side. Culpepper. Well, there was a Jets receiver in the area. It was just a little too far out in front. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
It's 3rd and about 7.
It was a good time when the huddle breaks to throw away your garbage. 3rd down and 7. Culpepper drops back, fires, and it's complete. That's a big gain again for Joe Horn. Sets him up with 1st and 10 as we Into the final minute of the third quarter already. I appreciate this Jets drive.
Nice catch, but he's not the kind of player who settles for nice catches.
No question, Peter. He fights for every yard of turf like he owns, well, like he owns the deed on it. The Jets moving the ball well. First down.
4 receptions, 44 yards. Nice even 11-yard average. No touchdowns for him yet. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Culpepper, short drop, fires over the middle. It's Horn again. He picks up 11. And we'll give him a 12 or 13 there. But he's hit that average with a nice consistency there.
That was a very nice catch.
Well, you don't have to convince me, Dan. I'm with you all the way.
First down and goal. 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. We could have both odd-numbered quarters taken completely by one team. Actually, they'll leave a couple of seconds on there for the New York Jets. Actually, they'll probably give that to the Jets with the kickoff. So, technically, the Jets had the ball for 4 minutes and 56 seconds, which is the maximum amount of time that you can have it when there is a kickoff. That's a nice drive. That's a drive that should have just tied the game, not given them the lead. The kick is up. The kick is good.
The Jets are now out on top to the tune of 17-10. Rackers lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff. The kick is up. Westbrook gets it
We'll
deep.
return it from the 5-yard line. Final play of the third quarter is the kickoff that's returned to the 29. 17-10, Jets lead the Broncos. We'll see what they can do. Very even time of possession. Not a lot of rushing yards. The Jets doing a lot through the air. A big chunk play at the end of that first half, helping those stats a little bit.
Dan, they allowed the touchdown, and now it's their turn to answer right back. Let's see if they can do it.
Ball on the 29.
This is Denver's first touch of the second half. It's a 1st and 10 to start the fourth quarter. They will go to the ground. Fred Taylor shakes a tackle, but kind of got caught up by like his own defender, I don't know, or his own blocker.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Just one man in the backfield.
Plummer pitches to Taylor. Taylor rips one off the left side into Jets territory, all the way down to about the 47-yard line. That's a nice play right there. A little counter toss.
A major run. He puts the pedal to the metal from the word go and doesn't let up until they finally snag him. But it sure took him a while.
He is the man of the hour in my book, Peter.
The way that character model rotated was really funny.
Ball on the 48.
Clock stops as he went out of bounds. But it's a good start to this drive for the Denver Broncos, who find themselves down 7. They have given up, their defense has given up 14 straight points. And that's the kind of double dip you're talking about. You go from down 7 to up 7. Denver didn't even touch the ball. You scored at the break, undeservedly, but you scored. Then you suck 5 minutes off the clock to score another touchdown.
He's also shined in the postseason play, but he's got to stay healthy.
High formation. Plummer drops back.
Plummer drops and fires, finds a receiver. He'll get 12. That'll be a 1st and 10 for Denver. That's we've at least had a pretty solid series of games here. Two contests going to overtime.
Yeah, they are in sync. They're able to depend on each other as the play unfolds.
Well, they actually look like Backstreet Boys to me.
I don't follow that. Ball at the 36-yard line. Taylor
Going with a handoff right up the middle. Hurdled someone, but kind of right into the defender. Don't really know why they're shifting into a hurry-up now. They have plenty of time. And that hurry-up offense bites them in the butt because they throw an interception immediately. That is horrible. There was no reason for them to shift into the hurry-up offense and then just... It's the wrong read. The throw is short. Everything about it was bad, and it ends in a pick. The Jets now with an opportunity to do what the Titans could not do. Leading by 7 with a similar amount of time. About 3.5 to go.
They're going with 2 tight ends.
There is no reason for them to throw this ball. Ooh, we're going to get a holding penalty here. That is going to be brutal for the Jets. I'm not sure which way it's going. Oh, clipping. Sorry. That's it. It'll be 1st and 23, so that's a big break for the Denver Broncos. It's a field position change, massive field position change, and, well, I guess it's a replay of the first down, so the clock stoppage isn't as big of a deal, but it is still noteworthy.
Horn gets set after committing the penalty.
1st down and 23. Culpepper hands it off to Alexander. He'll pick up 3. This is where I would actually, if I were Denver, I would use timeouts. You get that kind of a penalty, a hold, a clipping that drops them way back, I would start using timeouts. And if I were the Jets, I would just commit to the run. Let them burn their timeouts. They can have as much time on the clock as they want if they don't have timeouts. So you get 1 stoppage with the 2-minute warning.
Second and 20.
They'll be able to take it down to the 2-minute warning after this play. So they'll be able to run their 3rd down play after. Oh, they're going to throw it. It's intercepted. Oh, that's why you run it. It's not only an interception, it's an interception touchdown. What a terrible decision. Oh, this game.
Lito Shepherd makes a dream come true. Watch this bit of magic.
It's another terrible throw from a quarterback that doesn't have enough oomph to even get it to the receiver that they shouldn't be throwing to in the first place. That play right there is why I was actually shocked that the play that led to, I believe, the game-winning field goal in the Colts-Titans game wasn't a touchdown. Those looked like they were very similar tackle animations in similar spots. One of them was a touchdown, the other one wasn't.
It's away. The extra point. Good.
My camera pulled so far to the right. I'm in shock.
Tie this one up.
Questioning my life decisions at this point.
Casey will kick this one away. It's away. Jordan catches it in the end zone. The 20.
Oh, this is a huge run back for the New York Jets. Oh my goodness. Are we going to see it? Is it a kick return for a touchdown? The 40, the 30, the 20. 15, 10, 5. No, it's not. It was so close. That was a similar tackle animation to the one we just saw in the interception return for a touchdown. What an unbelievable turn of events. These are the best games we've had on this in this series in weeks. Unreal. God, I wish that was an interception or a touchdown. Alexander dives, and it is a touchdown for the Jets. They immediately retake the lead. Unbelievable.
John Alexander gets in the end zone,
and see what happens when you hand the ball to your very good running back? You don't throw an interception, Dante. Come on, man. We're best friends. We're on a first name basis.
Rackers
Wow.
lines up for the point after.
Wow, 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 wow. Just an unreal. I can't believe it.
There's the kick.
These kicks are so far one way or the other. They're swooping in, but it's just like
The Jets
wild to watch.
Score 24-17.
The punt return for a touchdown is very rare, but it's happened. Seattle won the first game of Madden NFL 2003 with a punt return for a touchdown.
It's away.
We've had one field goal block.
Westbrook catches it.
Maybe you can take it all the way?
20.
Oh, pretty open. And got into some traffic there. And finally, we have the 2-minute warning. It's been a wild.
They have a chance to tie it up.
I don't even know.
And into overtime. Hey, it's crunch time, fellas.
1:50 on the game clock.
A wild, what, 30 seconds of game time? I can't believe Culpepper threw that pick. And then it didn't even matter. It's intercepted by the Jets. Oh, my goodness. Jeremiah Trotter coming up with a huge interception. That might ice the game.
For his team, no question about it. That's an interception he'll long remember. Oh, that's a
That's a terrible throw again. It's into double coverage, which is a bad thing, but then they ran into a third defender's area. So technically triple coverage.
The most important drive of the game here. If they get a first down and control the clock, hey, they could walk away with this one.
The clock reads a
God, this is huge for the Jets. And it's big too because it's a field goal attempt as well. See a timeout here. First timeout for the Broncos. The Jets either have to make the field goal or get a first down. Please, I'm begging you. Just end the game in regulation. Look, I'm not happy that you're winning this game. I will be honest with you. The end of the first half, absolute garbage. You shouldn't have been rewarded for your terrible play calling. This Denver defense doing an excellent job here. The problem is that interception happened at such a bad spot in the field. It's a free... Oh, nah, maybe not a free 3. Jacksonville came up short on their field goal. They are in the red zone, though, so it is a far more likely free 3. It's a 35-yard field goal-ish. Alexander with a great job to spin out of the tackle. He's short by half a yard.
A minute 30 on the game clock. It'll be a 34-yard attempt.
Fourth down and 1. Kick is up. It's good. Get really nervous. They keep launching it so far left, so far right. I know they're working with the wind, but I think this is one of the stadiums that has that swirling wind. I know New York is not an easy place to kick. I know we're in East Rutherford, New Jersey, but the Jets and the Giants.
Absolutely.
The Jets make it a 2-score game. They are now up 27-17.
4 plays, 10 yards, 16 seconds off the clock. They just couldn't get the first down to end it. Denver's going to have a chance to at least try and tie it. I think 10 points at this stage in the game is a little too much. They'll take a knee and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Well, it'll take a miracle or 3, but they have the smallest of small margins to win. They will need to score very, very quickly, however.
Ball on the 20. Plummer drops back.
Plummer drops and fires. It's caught. And a nice run up the far sideline. So 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos.
E.G. Green really executed well on that play. Let's take a look. Here's the catch, and it's a good one, but there's no time to celebrate.
Nope, because he's already thinking about how much farther he can go, and he goes a pretty long way, Peter. A minute and 20.
Catch up on all the scores around the league, show you the standings, and then we'll get out of here. Video's longer than normal, so if you're still watching, you're hanging out, appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah.
Dale Carter with the clamps down on that play all by his lonesome.
Minute 18 to go in this one, 2nd down and 10. Broncos down by 10. As my chair makes the squeaky fart noises. Plummer drops back, fires to the flat, caught and pushed out of bounds. 1:14 to go. I think they're calling that a catch, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
He was there, and now they'll be facing 3rd and long.
Doesn't really matter because it was going to be about the same down and distance. They might have actually gotten a benefit if there wasn't a catch there, because sometimes when you get shoved out of bounds, the clock still runs. So at least it's paused at the moment. There is a pass interference penalty that's going to be coming down against the Jets. It'll be 1st and 10 Denver. That's a big bailout there on a 3rd and 10. Not a great pass there.
With that defensive interference call.
We push this game a little longer.
Way over it.
The Broncos get a free 1st down from the defensive penalty. Winfield gets set after committing the penalty.
1st down and 10. Plummer drops back and fires. Tipped it incomplete.
Dave Moore had good position in the middle there, but a completion just wasn't in the cards.
He had good position, but the defender actually was in better position because he tipped it and knocked it away.
Ball at the 46-yard line.
Plummer dropping back, fires and finds a receiver. Caught up to the 29-yard line. They'll work into a hurry-up offense.
1st down. Ball on the 29.
That burned Denver last time. They went into a hurry-up offense when they didn't actually need to. They immediately threw an interception. Then all hell broke loose after that.
.52 seconds on the clock. Four wide receivers on the field. Plummer fades back.
Plummer dropping back, fires, and well off the mark for anybody anywhere near there. Closest person there was to catch the ball was the cheerleader. They had their receiving gloves on. They were ready. Third down and 10. 49 seconds to go in this one. Plummer incomplete, and just the passing game is falling apart here in the snow. An emphatic incomplete pass
if he had caught it, he still would have been short
from the referee in the back. And here it is for the game, as if the game wasn't already decided, which it was. They're going to go for the field goal. Okay, that's fine. You need 10 points. Take the 3 here if you can get it. Go with the onside kick. Kick is up, kick is good. With 42 seconds to go, it is 27-20. Jets lead.
John Casey better be getting a Christmas bonus after a kick like that. We have to see the replay. Oh, right through the upright.
Yeah, he has got to be thrilled. Trying to make a long kick in snowy weather like this is almost impossible.
Oh, yeah, it's the kind of situation that demands the most out of a kicker, both physically and mentally, and he rose to the occasion.
The Broncos cut it close. It's still anybody's game.
9-play, 51-yard drive. Took 40 seconds off the clock. Denver with no timeouts. If they cannot get this onside kick, it will be over. And it is returned cleanly by the New York Jets. Not even a chance. I don't think it bounced at all. That looked like it was a line drive. Like they were trying to kick it into somebody's helmet.
Dan, but they couldn't get the onside kick. Let's watch it.
Yeah, that didn't touch the ground at all. That is not what you're looking for. That is a god-awful onside kick.
Yeah, like I said,
So the Jets will be able to run the clock out here.
And the most important drive of the game.
And they will pick up the victory and at least maintain a one-game lead in the AFC East. Sorry, in baseball mode. I recorded tonight's video before this. And I've been recording basketball. I've been doing 3 different sports, and it is... Whew. My brain. Having to switch those gears can be a little tricky. I keep talking about the Mascot Madness defenses like they're a separate unit, not the same 5 people that are on the floor the entire game. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, they scored some points, now let's bring the defense onto the floor. It's like, no, it's the same. They can go both ways.
There's the whistle, and that's the end.
All
of
right,
the
that'll
game.
do it.
The Jets come out on top, 27-20. Well, that should do it for today.
A wild one in East Rutherford comes to a close, 27-20. The Jets over the Broncos.
Let's go now to the
That was wild. That was a wild game. And that caps off a pretty good triple header. 2 games went into overtime, even though NFL overtime rules are terrible. This game was weird from halftime and beyond. This game was actually kind of weird from the beginning of the game, because you had the first and the third quarter where it was completely controlled by one team. And then you had the second and fourth quarters where it's just a smorgasbord of let's just see what happens. We had almost had a kickoff return for a touchdown. We had a pick 6 or an interception touchdown. It was wild. New York probably didn't deserve to win that game. I really don't like the way that they had that halftime situation rewarded the Jets. But hey, that's how it goes. All right, let's get you caught up on some scores. The Falcons, with this victory, 26-21 over the Buccaneers, they should win the NFC South. I don't know if it'll tell us, but they should have the victory there. The Bills and the Patriots, that's an interesting result there. Buffalo beats New England 30-27. With the Jets win later in the day, we know that they will now have a 2-game lead in the AFC East with 3 weeks left. Yeah, 3 weeks to go. Big upset in the Panthers-Bengals game as the Carolina Panthers win 31-24, severely damaging the playoff hopes of Cincinnati. Browns-Jaguars was our first game of the day. Jaguars, they fall 16-13, though they did have an opportunity to win the game. The field goal just came up a little bit short. This will make it an interesting race for the number 1 seed in the AFC. We'll talk about that in a little bit, I'm sure. Steelers beat the Texans 27-16. Maybe the first, normal result? Nah, the Falcons should have probably beat the Buccaneers. The Texans are really bad, though. My hope was that the Texans would be able to do well and participate in the playoffs with a randomized roster, but I think because the coaches probably aren't very good, that's really hindering that concept or hypothesis. Colts and Titans was a good one. That went into overtime. The Titans led 17-3 in the fourth quarter. They blew that lead, went to overtime, and lost by 3. The Giants continue to slip, coming down the stretch here. They fall by 4 in Washington, and that I think will tie up the NFC East. Cowboys fall by 14 to the 49ers in a crowded AFC West. Cowboys aren't in the AFC West, but the 49ers need victories to keep pace with what's going on. The Chiefs lose, which is good news for the Broncos, who just lost. They lost by 2 to the Rams, and the Rams pick up an important victory because the 49ers beat the Cowboys, which means that they needed that win to keep pace. The Cardinals lose to the Lions, 31-24. This was a game I was thinking about watching. It would have been a good one, I guess. Cardinals fall by 7. That's good news for the Rams, good news for the 49ers, and potentially the Seahawks, but we'll see. Saints and Ravens in an absolute garbage fire of a game. Both teams were 3-9 entering this game. It was bad. Neither team is good. They're very bad. The Saints come away victorious 22-16. Seahawks pick up a critical victory 17-6 over the Eagles, and they benefit from that Cardinals loss as well. Jets beat the Broncos 27-20 in a wild one in the snow in New Jersey. Chargers, oh God, they fall by 9-8. What? 9-8. Gross. And the Vikings beat, the Vikings beat the Packers 17-14. The Packers are a god-awful team as well. And the Bears crushed the Dolphins by 30-10. Let's take a look at the team standings. We'll start in the AFC. This is interesting now. All of a sudden, it's cluttered. I mean, it's been cluttered, but you have the Browns win, which means that the Jaguars lost. The Colts won. So now they're in contention for that AFC South title. It's listed alphabetically, which makes it a little tricky to tell. The Titans fell, but because the Bengals fall, they hold on to that 6th seed. And I don't think there's anybody that's really going to have much of a shot at it. It looks like it's going to come down to the Titans or the Bengals for that final wild card spot. Browns lead the AFC North. They are 10-3. The Bengals are 7-6. The Steelers 6-7, the Ravens 3-10. The AFC South is what the AFC North traditionally is in this series, a cluster. The Colts, Jaguars, they're both 10-3. The Titans are 8-5, holding on to that 6th spot in the wild card. The Texans are 3-10. Keep in mind, whichever team in the AFC South doesn't win the AFC South would be a wild card in the 6th spot. That would have to go to the 3 seed, which would be the Jets, and they'd play on the road. The 5 spot is where you would want to be, honestly. You'd want to be the Jaguars. Oh, I'm sorry. They would be the 5 spot. I apologize. I said that back. I said that incorrectly. Colts or Jaguars, whoever doesn't win the AFC South, they're the 5 seed, and they have to go on the road to face an under 500 Broncos or Chiefs team. Both of them are 5-8. It'll be real interesting to watch here in a few weeks. Moving down to the AFC East, the Jets, big win for them, big loss for the Patriots. They lead with 2 games left, or 3 weeks left, 9-4 for the Jets. The Patriots are 7-6, the Bills 6-7, and the Dolphins 4-9. Out west, it's the Broncos and Chiefs still just sucking their way to the playoffs. 5-8 for each team. The Raiders are 4-9, which means the Raiders aren't out of it, and the Chargers technically aren't out of it either. The Raiders are a game back of potentially being the 4 seed and the home team in the playoffs. Hopefully it's a fun and fascinating stretch. Oh my God, I hate the AFC West. The NFC West, on the other hand, very good. The NFC North has been controlled by the Bears all season long. They are 10-3. The Lions and Vikings are 7-6, but because of the way the NFC West is shaking out, they both would miss the playoffs. The Packers, god-awful 3-10. The Falcons are 10-3. They win the NFC South. I believe they're the first team to clinch. Technically, the Bears or the Vikings could catch. Technically, the Lions or the Vikings could catch the Bears, but they'd have to completely collapse down the stretch, and the Vikings and Lions have to win everything, so it's not clinched just yet. But the Falcons, they have the 4-game lead over the Panthers, 6-7. The Buccaneers are 5-8. The Saints are 4-9. Out in the East, the Giants lead at 7-6, but they have taken some lumps, and that has allowed Washington to close that gap. They're also 7-6. The Eagles and Cowboys at 4-9 and 3-10. They're out of here. The NFC West is oh man, it's good. The 49ers are 10-3. The Cardinals are 9-4. Big loss for them today. That gives the 49ers the lead in the division. Rams and Seahawks are both 8-5. I'm not sure how the tiebreakers would work, but one of those teams would make the playoffs. And the only other teams, the Lions and Vikings, have a shot at the wild card, depending on how the Rams and Seahawks play down the stretch. They need a little more help with the Cardinals being 2 games ahead of them. So, yeah, it's an interesting situation going here. You're going to have an NFC East winner And that's about it. Maybe 2 NFC North teams, but I kind of doubt it. And the NFC West continues to just be just a cluster. Every team's within 2 games. The AFC West, all of a sudden, what is happening? The Raiders are 4-9. I didn't even think that that was going to be like a thing that I would have to worry about, and yet here we are. My goodness gracious. Oh. All right. Well, hey, this is what you're looking for. Exciting football content. We might have an NFC or an AFC West like divisional matchup if like the Chiefs or the Raiders play each other, or the Broncos and the Raiders play each other, because those could be big. Those could be huge games. And neither of those teams are good, and I don't think anyone would want to watch that. But playoff implications, I guess, if worst comes to worst. I post these videos every single Tuesday, so be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell if you'd like to see more. You can do it right there on the gameplay if you'd like. Over here, you can watch more random rosters right here. Check out baseball from last night up there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next week for more exciting NFL action. Good day and good sports.